my god.
And that's how the stream begins.
That was literally max damage. It was, yeah, that was actually literally max damage.
That's crazy.
Well, yeah, it was the max to hit, and then your damage was like average. But it was above average. You got a 3 and a 4 on the 2d6s, so it's basically twice as much as you would have done normally.
Real quick for the stream. Hi YouTube, this is Curse of Strahd. When we last left our adventures, yada yada yada. Killed some bats. I'm gonna delete those off the screen now. I'm not jumping over you. I'm just I'm deleting the.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. So
last time, so yeah, so we're just jumping right into the discussion, but that's what we're doing. Dungeons and Dragons, Curse of Strahd, whatever episode this is.
Yeah, I looked at the thing wrong, by the way. That I was wrong. That's attack. Like you said, it was not damage. My damage was average. I totally just got confused.
Yeah, you rolled. Not only did you roll a crit, which is an auto hit and bonus damage, you also had guidance, which added a +4, the maximum you could get.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know if there's a creature with a 30 AC, you can't hit it. It's impossible. Well, a 20 would still hit automatically. So anyway, yes. Last session, or the session before last, you guys escaped the castle and made it to the gates of the castle, or of the keep, I should say. You're already out of the castle, and you made it to the walls where the drawbridge was shut before you and the portcullis was drawn. And you looked at the gear mechanisms in the gatehouse, and some of you figured out that actually there's not a mechanism to use this. This is more of setup for a magical command word which would activate the gear system, which is connected to the gate. So in order to open the gate, it requires a magical command word that the owner of the castle would know, which you guys do not know and is not possible to guess. It's not something that without some sort of previous knowledge that you could just start reading from the dictionary and get it eventually.
Because brute force
it's
is a thing. So you're saying, like, if we had a dictionary, because I might have a dictionary.
If you had a dictionary, there is no rule that says a command word.
If it's just alpha, it probably shouldn't take me.
It's more about the length and complexity than about the different characters. So you said brute force, I know you were joking, but you could attempt to lift the portcullis just like you lifted the portcullis as going to the back. The problem is then the drawbridge would still be drawn and it's connected by heavy chains. So you would have to try and somehow cut the chain of the drawbridge. So it's possible to get out just by smashing your way through, but when you're over a 1,000-foot chasm and there's monsters behind you, that's not the best plan of action, but it's possible. That's an option. But you went around, you hadn't explored the back of the castle, so you walked around to the back of the castle, not much back there. You found an overlook where you saw off into the distance and you see Barovia 1,000 feet below and far off in the distance, lit up into lightning. And then you turned around and Strahd was standing there behind you, the real Strahd, standing there behind you, looking at you ominously. And he gave a long-winded speech monologue. And then as soon as he was done talking, he turned around and left. And you heard gates shut behind him. And a swarm of stone bats attacked you and began slowly encircling down on your party. You began shooting the stone bats to try and kill them before they got to you. And as you were shooting at the stone bats, an elemental formed from the mist of the castle appeared and started rushing at you. And it was whipping you with its icy tendrils. And it possessed Irina for a moment and made her stab Erevan with her rapier. And then she shook it off. And you guys defeated the mist elemental. And you defeated the stone bats. And that's exactly where you are. There's been no resting. There's been no time passed. The last stone bat fell. The mist elemental got bursted down towards the end. And you guys slew it. And as its body faded, the mist in the courtyard kind of evaporated. So there's still like the residual mist, but the thick mist is like gone. So it's just a kind of the regular mist that's just everywhere in the land. And that is where you are. So
not right in the not at the beginning of a Snoop Dogg concert or in the middle, but like towards the end when the mist is like just fading away.
Yeah, exactly. So it's still there. It's just like it's dissipating, and it's
smells
lingering,
like skunk,
but it's not.
But it's fading away.
Yeah, it's not like the full smoke. So yeah, that is where you are. Strahd did give you a long speech, and he said some parts in the speech which seemed to be out of place, and it seemed like they were kind of forced in there. So I would like all the currently active player characters, meaning not Vanya or the NPCs, to make a straight intelligence check and tell me the result.
Got it.
Biggie always loses these.
You can only hope.
His bonus is high, but I just roll low because God hates me.
Ooh.
I got a 19.
So it's an intelligence check, not a save, but you didn't have a modifier to it, so that works too.
My bad. Where's the check? I don't see that. I just saw the.
It's on the character.
It might be. Let me click. Oh yeah, Erevin did it. It's on just your ability score, the little arrow next to your intelligence. That'll roll the skill without any modifiers. But it added your int modifier, and you roll it, which is 0, and you added you got a 19. So with a 19, what did Biggie get?
I rolled a 3. This is what I'm telling you.
Oh, 3.
It's so funny. His intelligence is +3. I'm proficient in every single intelligence thing, basically. And yet, whenever I roll intelligence, I get 3, 2, 4. It's not me. It's not the role playing. It's actually whichever god has control over this D&D dice that hates Biggie. You know.
And that's the luck of the dice, where the wizard Biggie might not think of anything. The clever bard who knows about rhymes and lyrics might not know anything. But the fighter Zoe is like, oh wait a second. Well, you know what? Zoe's
every episode, and I'm gonna mark down all of the intelligence checks that you guys make. If it's a strength, if it's dexterity in combat, oh, he's fine. But the one thing that wizards are supposed to be good at, intelligence, I just get 0 rolls every single time. It's fate.
That does sound like Biggie. It's like he's. Oh, go ahead, Zach.
I was gonna say it's because D&D parodies real life.
Yeah, exactly. He's
parrots. Parrots, not parodies.
Either way, it's pretty much the same result. He's strong and he's smart. He knows what he's doing. He's got some sort of intelligence. But when it comes time to use it, it just falls flat.
Yes.
But like theoretically, he's not dumb. He just does it when it's time for him to use it.
Yeah, he can fix my computer and he can get his games to run, like whatever. He can figure all that out. But then when it comes to like, okay, you're gonna apply for a job, and then he's like, no, I'm not.
Yep. So Zoe is an anthropologist, and she has explored her fair share of ancient ruins and things like that, and kind of knows, the Indiana Jones style riddles that she reads on walls and stuff, the kind of riddles you have to do to avoid poison gas and rolling boulders. And she noticed that there was a portion of that speech that uses some phrasing that's not normally used in everyday speech. It sounds more like it was forced, like there was a specific word chosen in there that was intentionally placed as sort of a hint or a key or something like that. And she thinks that the word. Do you want me to tell you?
Wait.
Did you have some time to figure it out over the break?
I have a guess, and it's probably wrong. And I would like to guess before shouts out the answer. But
so from sheer,
hey, just message it to him. Message it to him, and then let's go to the gatehouse and roleplay it.
No, big. What?
Wait, I thought we were. I thought Strahd gave us the clue and it had nothing to do with the gatehouse. We were going to jump off the side.
No,
and that is what your character that is what your character is realizing is that there was a clue in what he said, and you think it has to do with the gatehouse. You think it's a clue on a way to escape that's not just leaping to your death off the back of a 1,000-foot cliff. Your character realizes this knowledge. And would you like me to tell you in private, or would you like to just hold on to it, or would you like to announce it as your character realizes it? Nick is saying he wants to just go up to the front of the gatehouse and he's going to guess, and he wants you to know but not say. But
send it a message.
Okay.
Send it. I swear, I thought we were going to jump off the side.
Yeah, you did. You were like passing out. You were like passing out. So.
Oh yeah.
He was very specific about levity.
Yeah. So, but your intelligence check, you actually figured out a better way. You realized that we can just walk out the front door, but Big E hasn't realized that. So I want Big E to be like, all right, let's go jump over the edge, and then you have a chance to like stop him and be like, wait, hold on, I just figured it out, right? And then Big E can like argue with you, and then Big E, and yeah, so.
Okay, I got your message, Jake.
Okay, then continue role playing as Zoe has that revelation.
So Big E says, "Wow, that sure was scary. Okay, well, I guess let's go jump over the balcony or whatever that plan was."
I have an idea. I think I might have figured out what the passphrase to the
Wait,
word.
what?
What? How could you possibly figure that out? We've been here with you the whole time.
Because I'm a fighter, I obviously have really high intelligence. Something Strahd said sounded a little bit funky to me, and I remembered the Sudoku puzzle that I did one time in a 3D chess house. Trump 24. So why don't we go give that a shot first? And I don't know, maybe you can guess it. You might figure it out too and just don't realize it. It's like how some animals have the instinct to just fly. They know how to do it.
Oh, now that you put it that way, I think I know just what the password is. So yeah, let's go do that password. Because I know what it is. Because I'm smart too. I'm a wizard, I've read lots of books.
Yeah.
Lots of pictures.
Sure.
Uh-oh.
The gate you are in front of is open. It's cracked open, and you can push it aside.
You guys are gonna get blown away when I open that drawbridge. You're gonna be like, "You're so smart."
All right, sure, man.
Wait, I have an idea. Let's go into the carriage house and do a short rest real quick.
Actually, that's a pretty good idea.
We just got out of a battle. I don't really
Not a bad idea.
Heal, but I want to use Arcane Recovery and recover 1 first-level spell slot. So I'm gonna do that.
I'll go along with the group, whatever y'all want to do.
They're moving their token.
Well, we're taking a short...
Did you open tabletop? I'll move you if not. Oh, you're...
I have it open. I just didn't get a chance to move myself all the way yet because I had a kid come in and then I had a wife come in.
Okay, I was just letting you know because you said I'll do what they do, but yeah.
All my hit points are full on Big E and Vanya, but Big E just wanted to use Arcane Recovery so he can get back a spell slot because he forgot to do that earlier.
Oh my god.
Is he doing a first level spell slot, right? Can you do second levels yet? Okay.
Not yet. I don't want to do second.
You haven't used any anyway. Big E has recovered 1 first level spell slot. Unless you look it up and it works different. I'm looking something up too.
I'm double checking, but that's the only thing I need to do on a short rest. Oh, but Araven, anything that you have that resets on anything that you have that resets on a short rest resets because we're doing a short rest. So I think Bardic Inspiration maybe.
Bardic Inspiration's a long rest, but Enthralling Performance is a short rest.
Blade Singer's a short rest. Hell yes.
Oh yeah.
I get both my. Oh yeah. I get both of my Blade Singer.
No more short rest. Short rests are banned.
Wait, you said Bardic Inspiration's a long rest. On my sheet, I have it marked as a short rest bonus.
Okay, that is the long rest. I will double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's long rest. Enthralling Performance is a short rest, though.
Let me change that up then.
Oh, it is long. So I wrote that down wrong. Sorry.
Oh, there's so many things that feel like they should be a short rest, but then they're not.
Oh,
yeah.
She gets something late. They get something
like Monday
later.
at work.
Yeah, probably. What'd you say,
Starting.
Zach?
Oh, sorry.
That's what I was just making sure.
Moments past, I made a joke. I said like Monday at work. So you
Oh.
guys should go fast. Takes forever.
Okay, and then what, Nick?
At level 5, Bardic Inspiration refreshes on a short rest. So that's a huge upgrade.
What?
Yeah, so right now you
Oh,
only
dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of a cool way of doing it, making it long rest at low levels, so you can't just overuse it, and then once you start getting into the meat of combat, it is more of a refresh. That's really cool.
At 20th
All right, and
level,
so
when you
Cool.
roll initiative and have no Bardic Inspirations, then you just get one. Which sounds cool, except it's at 20th level.
Yeah, that's like their keystone. So Erevan has recovered Enthralling Performance, and Biggie has
Alright.
used Arcane Recovery. Erevan, would you like to recover any hit points? You're currently down 11 hit points.
Yeah, I'll do one hit dice.
Okay. And you can roll it first, and if you roll low and want to do it again, you can, but go ahead and roll your D8
Sure.
and add your Constitution to it. Modifier. Constitution modifier.
Cool. 5 plus 2. Nice. Alright, I'll take it.
So you are at 31 of 35. That's not bad. That's pretty much full.
Yep.
By the
That's
way, I looked up Arcane
basically
Recovery. It's actually 2 level 1s or 1 level 2. So I recovered 2 level 1s.
So you get 2 level 1s. Good look up.
Yep, it's half your level rounded up. So
that's what I thought.
It's basically 2
because I knew you could
at level 3 and 4.
I knew you could do second level somehow, and I thought that carried over to more level 1s, but I wasn't sure of the math. So, okay. Both characters are recovered. Vanya doesn't have anything to recover. She hasn't used Channel Divinity this rest. Zoe had not used any hit points, Second Wind, or Action Surge. So everyone is full.
Wrong.
Do what?
That just seems wrong. I mean, I've been in groups before where the fighter didn't have to restore their health and stuff like that, and it usually meant they sucked.
Well, the fight you guys were in, you didn't really get into a whole lot of combat or a whole lot of like tuffles, but you were in the back for most of it when the mob was up there killing the person you're escorting and your bard.
Sorry.
Don't apologize. Okay, so an hour passes.
Channel Divinity refresh. Wait, no, it doesn't. Short rest is 6th
Yeah, it does.
level.
Short rest. No, Channel Divinity's recovers on a short rest.
Really? God, I just got all my stuff wrong. Okay, she did have.
You get
two.
You get a second charge of it at a certain level, but it's always on a short rest.
Oh my god, I just got all this. Backwards.
She did have it down because when you guys were running away, she used it to channel the light at the little ghosty thing. I didn't mark it. That was my bad. Because we were a little bit of a situation there, so I forgot to go in her sheet and mark it.
Yep,
okay, so an hour passes.
Now, so she has Channel Divinity now.
Okay, good. And her light thing. It was about based on how long it took you guys to travel, how long you've been here, and all that stuff. It was about a little after noon when you started the rest. So I will just say around it's 1:30 in the afternoon from your internal clock reckoning.
Cool.
Not really a sun that you can use. But yep, you finish the rest. Nothing happens. The rain kind of over the course of the hour, the rain picks up and lets up and back and forth. And currently, it is drizzling outside. The thunder has calmed down a bit.
Okay, guys, let's continue on.
Hey, Irina.
Yes.
Talking to Irina. Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine. Why?
Earlier, you kinda. I don't know if you remember this, but you kinda stabbed me back there. I'm not mad. Just worried.
Oh, yes. I'm so sorry. That creature. I don't know what it was, but something it did to me. It invaded my mind, and I couldn't control myself, and I just felt rage, and
Oh.
I just had to stab someone. I felt evil running through my veins, and I felt like I had to punish someone who didn't deserve it. I'm sorry that just happened to be you. You were the closest one, but at least that's a good sign. She puts a hand on your shoulder. She says, "That's a good sign that you're not evil, because the desire in my heart was to harm someone who was not evil. So
Huh.
it's a good sign for you."
All
But
right.
yes,
Well,
rest assured, I have no anger in my heart for you. It was simply the control of that creature that I couldn't shake. I tried my best to shake it off, but I couldn't fight its hold on my mind.
I see. It's all right. Let us get going now.
She
I
she
follow
sighs in
Biggie.
relief and says, "Oh, good, thank you for. I'm glad you forgave me for that. I will never forgive myself."
Oh,
And Biggie, the gate in front of you is closed.
Ka-chung, 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 ka-chung. Ka-chung, ka-chung. When you guys walk back from having that conversation, because Biggie walked ahead, he's just standing there at the gate, like shaking at the portcullis. And he's like, I think this thing is locked. He's not lifting it up because he kind of forgot about that.
There's literally no way for it to open other than lifting up from the bottom. Irina just kind of looks at you in silence, because she's not your party. She's like, you guys are like helping her, so she just kind of looks at you and then looks around at the rest of the party like, is he okay? It hasn't been that long. I'm the one who got mind controlled.
Guys, I think we're stuck.
And Vanya's
uh-oh.
just kind of sitting there in silence. She's like, I'm tired of this. I want to go home.
I don't think this gate was here before, was it?
Uh,
I'm gonna sit down and read my spell
I
book
don't
and see if
know.
I'm gonna read my spell book and see if I can, and my writings and my books, and see if I can find a spell that might open this portcullis. He knows it's a portcullis,
If
but
you
doesn't know how
guys,
they work.
So as Biggie is sitting there pondering, and he remembers these spells that he saw in books. He remembers the knock spell.
Oh,
He's seen it
I
used.
can make an intelligence check. I can fail one if you'd like me to.
Yeah, I'm making it. No, no, because it's a common knowledge. You don't have to roll for it.
I'm rolling it
It's
anyway,
a DC
just to
5.
see, and I got a 1.
It's a DC. What is that? One plus your int.
Plus 3.
No, it's Arcana. It's Arcana, so it's a 6. It's like in
Yeah.
BG3 when you roll and you literally can't fail, but they have you roll anyway.
Yeah.
So you know that knock is a spell, and that it's a spell you could possibly learn, but you have not seen it in such a way that you could copy it down or write it or anything. But you feel like if you spend enough time and experience writing it out in your book, you could potentially come up with an experiment with it and figure out how to cast it. And that would certainly cause this gate to open just by the nature of the spell. But you don't know the spell, though.
The spell book that I have, the additional spell book, actually does have knock. I just haven't learned it yet. If I get 100 gold worth of magic ink, I can totally scribe it. So
you already used up all your ink that you had, right?
Yep, I used it all up.
Oh, that's a shame.
Guess what else is on your magic weapon? That's why it's on there.
Two very useful ones.
It's all basically utility spells that you need, but you probably don't want to take. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 1, proving that even if you don't call for it, even if you say, no, you don't need to make a check, if it's intelligence-based, Biggie is going to get a very low roll. And that's exciting.
Oh.
A 1. It's a 1. You can go look at it. There's a 5%
just
chance.
Roll 2 dice, and have the same one that you're rolling, have that one always be the one that doesn't count. So that one can get the low number, and then the other one can roll high, and you're like, haha, just kidding. But yeah, Biggie is
I just had the spell.
Biggie is having trouble remembering your previous encounter with this portcullis, and he is buried himself in his mind, trying to struggle to remember how to cast a spell that he's never known before. And Vanya comes over and she gives him some support, and she taps him on the shoulder and gives him guidance. and she says, "I don't know what struggles you're going through right now, child, but hopefully the blessings of Helm will help you make your way through it."
When she
You're
casts
not
guidance
my
on him,
mama.
he perks up and he stands up and he's got like his shoulders squared and he's like, "Ah, yes, thank you. You have increased my strength. Now I can just rip my way through this portcullis. Thank you for that strength boosting spell." And he walks over to the gate and now he's going to try to lift it, not knowing that it's meant to lift that way. But he thinks that he's like just tearing it out of the ground. Can I make a check?
Yeah, make a strength check.
Okay, strength check. I'm rolling.
Oh,
Okay,
boy.
8. That doesn't totally. 10 total.
Did you add your guidance yet?
Oh, no, I didn't. 10 plus 1. 11.
The guidance helps you lift it, and you lift it enough to realize that it can be lifted, and it lifts about an inch up off the ground, and you struggle to hold it there, but your mind is just so focused on that spell that you're trying to remember that you forget you have to like change your grip on it, and you strain your elbows as hard as they can, but
Ow.
you just can't put the force into it, and the wet rusty metal just slips out from behind your fingers and chumps into the ground.
Big E stumbles back, panting from the failed effort, and then he looks back at the team and says, "Hey guys, I think I actually broke it loose. Can someone else help me lift it the rest of the way?" This is Big E, man. This is why I'm role playing Big E, because I know how to role play Big E.
I loosened it for you.
Loosen it for you. And I'm standing back and I'm rubbing my biceps with a wince. Can someone else open it? Try to open it.
Yeah, I said that I would help.
Go ahead. Describe your character's actions, and I will ask you what to roll, if any, and then I will describe the result.
I walk over to the portcullis. I lower myself, grab a hold of some of the bars at the bottom, proceed to stand and lift.
Pickle
All
jar.
right, make a strength check.
And you have to say the catchphrase.
Yeah, let me break up. Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
forgot. Let me break open this jar of pickles. Strength check.
Yeah, if you get a natural 20, you get inspiration. Oh.
Wow.
Whoa.
So he grabs it, but she grabs it exactly the position and spot that Big E was gripping it at, and his sweaty, Cheeto-y hands, I guess pizza rolls,
Yes.
have like made it even more slick, and she just cannot grab a hold of it. Like she tries like 5 or 6 times, and she's just in frustration. Her hands are now sticky and various materials
White
on
Cheetos.
them, and she's
What?
white cheddar Cheetos. Yeah. It's the new kind. They're Halloween.
Oh, ew.
Irina says, We didn't have this much trouble coming in. Is something the matter? Perhaps this gate has been magically enchanted to be more difficult to open. Perhaps that devil has done something to trap us in here. I wouldn't put that past him. He technically, already did it with the whole gate thing and the castle and pretty much everything.
Can Vanya suggest that her and Erevan try to lift the gate together?
Yeah, Vanya suggests that, and she asks Erevan, she says, "Hey, these guys don't really seem to... They must be a little bit startled from the fight and stuff, but I'm still full of energy, and I don't know about you, but you seem like you're pretty tough, even though you've taken some damage. How about we try it together? I think as a team that we might be able to crack open this jar of pickles."
Fuck you.
What do you say, Erevan, old pal?
All right, sure.
All right, so Vanya steps up to the gate with Erevan, and she says, "You just tell me when to lift, and I'll lift. And just
All
count to
right.
3. And then
Do a-
Erevan, if you want to
do a
roll,
countdown.
we don't have to actually do a countdown, but they do a countdown.
Yes, we do.
Fine, but you roll with advantage because she's helping you. She's not doing the heavy lifting; she's just helping you lift. So you can roll
Awesome.
2 strength checks and 3.
Just straight.
Yeah, just straight strength.
2,
1.
1, go!
Heave!
9!
Gosh. Guidance.
That's not gonna help. Vanya and Erevin lift at the same time, and you guys fail 4 times in a row. Now it's my turn.
Wow.
They both
Fuck
lift,
this gate.
and they time it badly, just like me and Willow did. And Erevin lifts first with all of his strength, and then Vanya lifts like a split second later when Erevin is taking a break. But she lifts really hard too, and she falls back and slips back in the mud and slides back. And she goes, "Oh, it's no use." She stands up and brushes herself off. She says, "We'll never get this gate open." And Irina's just standing back. She's just shaking her head, watching you guys fumble. And Arabelle looks around and she's like, "Not that hard. You guys did it earlier." And she walks up to the gate.
Oh my god.
And I'm gonna roll it. I'm gonna roll it in the chat here, just in case. No. She tries to lift it. Her hands won't even wrap around it, so she has to like put her hands under it and try to lift it. And her arms are just like shaking, and she's like, But then Irina walks over and she puts a hand on it, and she just starts like lifting it. So now Arabelle can roll with advantage. And Irina like grabs it with one arm and lifts it. And she's lifting it with her arm, and Arabelle is just like lifting above her head, and her arms are still shaking, but now she's standing under the gate holding it with her arms. Shaking, like you can't see my arms, I'm miming it, but they're like rattling, like I'm doing it, and Irina's still holding it, but you can tell that her wrist is like really strained.
Baseball slide.
And she goes, "Good job, Arabelle. Now everyone get in there." And yeah, Vanya crouches under. And Irina says, "I'll hold it here, Arabelle. You go ahead." And Arabelle goes, "Okay," and she lets go of it. And it's like she wasn't barely holding it. And then Irina crouches under and drops it, and it goes clang. And Arabelle goes, "Aren't you glad you have me with you now?"
Yeah.
"Don't worry. Anytime you need a jar of pickles cracked open," she cracks her knuckles. She said knuckles, and she says, I'm your girl." And Irina just goes, "Yeah, good job."
To the gate we go.
Well, I'm a wizard, so my specialty is, guessing passwords, not lifting gates. So, you guys just wait until I open this drawbridge with a single word from my mouth.
And what word is that going to be?
Allow me to demonstrate.
Here it is.
So, he goes in here, and he says, "You see, I noticed that Strahd said, 'A little levity between friends can be your only escape.' So I thought, what are the things that my friends used to use to make fun of me? And I decided that the catchphrase password must be..." And he raises his arms up in dramatic fashion and says, "Yay, hungry all day."
Oh my god.
Silence falls, and nothing happens. And Biggie, make an intelligence check.
No. I will not.
Do it.
I'll roll it. It's not gonna. Won't make it though. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, roll an intelligence check.
I deleted the D20. I'm starting with the new D20, so this is fresh. And
Deleted it.
Roll.
Deleted.
God, it's the online one.
So I rolled a 5. So that's gonna be 8.
That's good enough for what you had before. This is just a you do know that I could have just said this, but I'm gonna have you roll as many intelligence checks as I can. You know that for command words to activate things, just in general, for magic items, for anything, because the command word for a flame tongue sword could be light, but you're not going to walk around like every time you say the word light in a sentence, your sword's not going to turn off and on. You have to deliberately and authoritatively state the command word. For it to activate.
I no longer keep that sword buckled at my waist. I now have it separate from my body.
Yeah, exactly. So, especially some more dangerous items. So, especially with command words where the word is an actual word, you can't just say it in the sentence. That's why the dictionary thing doesn't work. You would have to go through every single word in the dictionary and say them with authoritative command. So, if you accidentally said the word, it's not going to activate. So no, yay hungry all day did not activate anything.
God damn it.
Oh.
All right. Hey, I think we've got this figured out, Biggie.
Okay.
I think we both have to say it at the same time, so that there's both of us. All right. So I'm going to go back over here.
Oh, okay.
We're going to go on the count of 3.
That's a
Okay,
good
ready?
idea. Okay, ready.
1, 2, 3. Yay, hungry, all day. Same time, idiot.
There's a delay.
Time.
1, 2, 3. Yay, hungry all day. Yay, hungry all day.
Yay, hungry all
After
day.
6 or 7 tries,
hungry all
you guys
day.
finally do say it in sync, and nothing happens as you say it in sync.
Well, I guess now it's my turn to guess the word. I think we should try the
This is
passphrase
impossible.
Aloha Mora.
What?
Aloha Mora.
What is that?
Oh, that's right. None of you liked Harry Potter, you fucking weirdos.
I started liking Harry Potter, and then J.K. Rowling became a TERF, and then it's not cool anymore. So now I have to not like it. So almost.
Yeah. Well, 99.98% of the population around the world would have chuckled at that joke. You assholes.
Wait.
I was laughing
It's
inside,
not-
but I couldn't.
Is it? It's not Aloha Mora.
Nick has no idea what it is, so anything you say, he knows that I told you what it is. So anything you say, he's going to instantly believe.
I knew
All right,
it was
let's
a
try
Harry
Aloha
Potter.
And I
Mora.
knew that.
Biggie did not know it was a Harry Potter
Yeah.
thing. I knew it was some kind of a Harry Potter thing, but I thought that was legit the word because Jake
You just
said it.
assumed that I made it a Harry
Anything
Potter word.
Zach
You
says,
assumed that I'm that
right.
uncreative. I'm going to make it a Harry Potter word. That'll be funny.
Yeah, because, Jake likes Harry Potter. And yeah, it did. It ruined the series for me when it turns out she's a gigantic thunder cunt. That really killed it for me.
Yeah.
All right, let's try this together. I'm thinking the word might be levitate. No, levity. Let's try levity at the same time.
Okay. Levity. That would be weird, but okay. Oh, a little levity between friends. Okay. I get it now. Okay. Biggie doesn't.
Oh.
It's levity, but we have to
All
say
right,
it at the same time because between friends. That's what that means.
Oh wait, so you really didn't know what the word
Wow.
was?
Okay.
No, he didn't figure out the word.
Oh my god, I've known what
guess
the
as
word
well
was
as Biggie's
since
guess.
last week, 2 weeks ago.
I've been thinking about it for
I
2
shouldn't-
weeks. I thought it was way more complicated than
haven't.
just the word, but between friends, that's what was getting me. Between friends means we have to say it at the same time. I was thinking it must be some
Yes.
inside Biggie joke.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I thought you were just role playing that. You were role playing it, but you didn't actually know. That is so fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to roleplay it. I didn't want Jake to just say what the password was. I wanted to roleplay with me not knowing and Biggie not knowing because it would be hilarious. And it is. And now I'm
If
like,
it was that, it would have been great.
When Jake was like, "Do you want me to message you so that Nick doesn't find out?" I'm sitting here going, "What the fuck? You already know what it is. What the hell? Seriously?" And then he messaged me. Before he messaged me, then I was like, "Maybe I'm not reading into this too much. Maybe it's more complicated than that." And then he sends me the message. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I didn't
Well,
tell him the
Nick's
thing
just
about saying it at the
role-playing.
same time. He figured that part out himself.
just
Oh
now.
yeah, that was kind of obvious.
Which, I mean, it might not work. You guys haven't tried it yet.
Okay, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
three.
Levity,
Yay, hungry all day.
Levity.
Yay,
So-
hungry
so
all
he's-
day. Oh shit, levity.
so he's-
Levity. Levitate.
Zoe's tower cranks and sparkles with blue magical energy as the gears begin to turn and the gate begins to crank. But about halfway through it gets
Uh-oh.
stuck and stops cranking as Biggie shouts, "Yay, hungry all day! Yay, hungry all day!" And then he finally remembers and he says, "Levity!" And the second gate tower cranks, allowing the first gate tower to continue cranking. They both crank all the way, and with a clang, the portcullis rises open, and the drawbridge falls with a slam to the ground.
I
Oh
did
my
it.
god, you
I
guys
did it.
actually
It
did
turns
it.
out I was right. I had to say yay hungry all day,
Hi.
but I just had to really mean it. And then bam, it opened.
You had to mean it.
No one was in
Hold on a
there to
second.
hear him say
Wait,
levity.
so you didn't say levity?
He
You
did
didn't say
eventually.
levity?
No, I don't
Oh,
think
okay.
so.
Sorry, I had distractions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
you
said
did.
it. He said "yay hungry" all day the first couple times, and yours activated, but his
Gotcha.
didn't. But then after a delay, his finally opened because he said the right one.
Yeah, I did
Yeah,
that on
no, man,
purpose,
he
so I'd be
was
doing it
talking to
like
me.
we were talking at like the same time, and then Biggie was like, "Oh shit! Oh, I got it wrong." But he's lying, and he's saying, "I think we were both right. You had to say your thing, and I had to say my thing, but my thing probably was like more significant. So I'll let you have some credit, but you're welcome, guys. Wizard
That's
successful."
okay. I don't want credit. I don't give a shit about credit.
Okay, well,
You take
good. You
all the
won't be getting
credit you
much with a
want.
wizard like me around.
But
Do 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 do
you and I
do.
will, you and I will both know in our hearts. Every night when you go to sleep, and you're thinking about how awesome of a day you had, and how amazing you were, and how good in combat you were, and how wonderfully you guessed, things with your master intelligent, you're always from now on going to also have that little spot in your heart that sinks every time while you try to lie to yourself and cover over it, but you don't want to dare come out and admit it. Otherwise, everyone might not believe in you, but it's okay. I don't need the credit.
Do not underestimate my ability to lie to myself. Vanya goes back to untie Vladimir while everyone else is dicking around with the gate. And that has a
Yeah,
chest
go
full
get
of
Vladimir and let's get out of here.
that has a chest full of gold
Yeah,
in it still, right?
Vanya and Arabelle went and untied Vladimir and got him while you guys were going.
Oh yeah, they would have had time, didn't they?
Yeah, that was the first thing they did. They were like, "Okay, we're gonna be going. Okay, let's untie them." So they also didn't know if something was gonna happen. So
Bye, Strahd.
so hold on
See you
one
soon.
second here.
See you never.
Zoe and Biggie, can you both roll a d20
Fuck.
and tell me the number?
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no.
First one's across the bridge.
I'm looking something.
Natural one. I'm
Fly
dead.
high.
Oh my God, I'm
Fly
dead.
high. Rest
I'm
in
rolling.
peace.
Natural 5, the exact same number I just
Oh.
rolled.
And Zoe?
Natural one.
Oh, well, conveniently, that's a good thing in this situation. But let me look. Where the hell? This book is laid out so badly. Okay, it's J. The area that you guys are now in is under another entire chapter than the castle itself. The castle is chapter K. This entry is chapter J, and I have to flip to frickin' chapter J. No, it's worse than that. It's not a chapter. It's the main
Chapter.
It's its own little section.
And we and our dumbasses had to come here at the level 3.
Yeah.
Level 3.
As you start walking out of the castle, you feel your minds enlightening and opening as you gain locked knowledge and level up. But first,
Ah!
Yeah.
One's gonna open, Biggie.
Now I have to open the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good.
PDF search sucks. Okay. Zoe. Sorry, Biggie. Since you rolled higher on the check, you were moving faster and you beat Zoe across the bridge by just a little bit. Could you please make a perception check first?
Fastest
There
one.
you go, Biggie.
Oh boy.
Some credit for that you earned for real.
Okay. I just rolled a
20 years from now, Nick's gonna be like,
5.
"This is why we don't play with you anymore."
Did I roll the 5? Okay, I clicked roll and then looked down, and I'm not positive if I rolled it. Now I have to
Re-roll it and watch it roll.
Okay, watching it roll.
Either way, 3 5s in a row. Whoa, is dumb.
8. Okay, I'm
Okay,
watching. I'm
so
watching to see if
as
I did. Yeah, I totally fucking rolled it and it was a 5. I just watched my stream to. Oh my god, Biggie got 3
hilarious.
5s in a row after a 3.
everyone has the choice to roll whatever dice they want.
Oh
That is
boy.
total
Oh well, if
freedom.
that's the case, I've got these ones that's got 20-sided 20s.
I mean, you could also just lie and tell me what you roll. I don't. There's no
Perception's
way for me to
plus
know.
2, so I don't know. However you want to resolve that.
Well, I'll say it's a DC 20. And if you make the DC 20, then you notice the green slime lurking above you, and you're able to make a dexterity save to jump out of the way. But since you didn't notice it, you walk under it, and as you walk under the portcullis, you get totally Nickelodeon slimed, and you take 7 points of acid damage. No, sorry, that's a 1. That's a 1. My die's messed up. You got
You
lucky.
can't do that on YouTube.
Green slime.
Yeah, that was the best freaking show too. That really was.
So the slime drips down onto you like all at once and covers you in a sheet of just acidic burning slime, and you start shaking it off, and you shake it quick enough to only take 1 damage as it singes your exposed skin.
Ow!
But
Stupid slime.
you do still have
You good?
you do still have bits of slime stuck to you, so you need to get it off. It's still burning you.
It's burning me. Can I make a nature check to see if I mean, I could try to wipe it off, but can I make a nature check to know if I know an effective way to? Other than
Make a
just
nature check.
Scraping it. Okay.
Make a nature check.
I was guessing nature. I don't know. And I got a I got a negative 5,984. I rolled a 3, by the way. So 3 3
Zoe
5 5 5 8 3.
Zoe, you're directly behind Big E, and you see the slime drop onto him. Please make a nature check to see if you know what just happened to him.
How do I get this off of me? Somebody give me some Dr. Pepper, quick! Wait, no, I have a better.
You can also
it burns. Oh, I need to go
11.
home and take a shower.
11. Big E, you also do have your you do have your action. Big E, still, it is your turn. We're kind of in a pseudo initiative. Everyone will take a turn, and then the acid will do more damage. It is your turn. Zoe, you do know that green slime is acidic, damaging, burning, sticks onto you, and you have to remove it or it will continue burning you. You do think that if
removes?
What?
Do I know how to remove it?
You can just scrape it off. There's not really any sort of solvent or any special tactic. It's very sticky, so it has to be manually, physically scraped off.
Am I going to use my credit card or what? Because I'm not touching that. I'm not touching Big E.
Yeah, you can use whatever you want, but you do know that if you're wiping it with your hands, you're probably going to get burned again. So if you try to help him and you scrape it off, you're going to burn yourself. If he scrapes it off, it'll be stuck on his hands. He'll have to wipe it on a wall or something, and it'll probably damage him again. So
like he used to wipe his
Big E,
boogers on the wall
stop,
at
drop,
church.
and roll.
But yeah, Big E, would you like to do anything with the knowledge that you've gleaned on your turn?
Okay, so I heard Zach say credit card, and I pull out the deck of windmill playing cards that I have, and I begin to use them one by one to scrape off as much acid as I can until it melts, burns through the card, and then I flick the dissolved card away and grab another one.
Okay, yeah, that exactly happens, and you burn through about half the deck. Over it, I mean, it takes you 7 or 8 seconds, just about a round and a half, and you pull it out and you just start scraping frantically, and you manage to get all the slime off, but the deck is completely useless now.
I would like to make a
have
perception
26
check
cards?
to see if I can.
A perception check to see what?
I want to do a perception check to see if I can find any like leaves that are on the ground, shrubbery, things like that you could use to scrape off easily.
You don't really see anything like that around you because you're on kind of like a drawbridge surrounded by flagstone, but he reacted and grabbed his cards. He's clean now.
I know. I wanted to pick it up if there was some and show him that there was obviously something else he could use to not damage his cards, just to remind him credit where credit due.
There is nothing in the immediate vicinity, so in order for that to happen, that someone wasn't carrying on them, he would have taken more damage. What were you asking about the cards? Just how many you have?
I considered using my gem inlaid dagger to scrape it off, but I haven't evaluated that yet, so maybe not. Yeah, how many? You said about half the deck, so don't I have 26 cards left?
How many cards are in a deck? Is it a full deck? Does it say?
Deck of
Does it
cards with a windmill on it, and that's all information I was getting. So I'm guessing 52 cards, but it could be like 72 or I don't know. Major
We'll say
Arcana.
we'll say it's a Taroka deck.
Okay.
Which has like 30 cards, so it has half of a Taroka deck left
Okay.
worth of cards.
Hey, I don't know what I'm gonna do with 15
Yeah.
cards, but I just did something with them, so.
Yeah.
Huh.
And took 1 damage,
Dang.
which isn't bad. And I'll update your Taroka cards on there too.
15 cards.
And the patch of slime is still there, but it looks like it's pretty much dropped its load, and it's kind of stuck onto the ceiling now.
Stupid slime.
As Big E continues to stand under it.
I see that it's globbing from above me, and I go ahead and I I dash out of the way. Watch out for this green crap, you guys. That's the second reason why I'm role-playing Big E, because I can do the Big E voice without even thinking about it.
Amazing.
Vanya shields Arabelle as they walk under the slime, but the slime doesn't fall. And Irina walks Vladimir carefully through it, and he whinnies and neighs and doesn't want to go through, but she eventually gets through when Arabelle calls him. He comes. I think I said Vladimir's a girl, and then I gave him a guy's name, but it's so much easier to say he, so I'm just going to say he.
Well, it's
And
2021. Do we really need to care that much about, the specifics that, can't have
the gender of a horse? Probably not. Unless it might be relevant later. And you guys are like, oh, wait, Vladimir's a girl.
His
Oh
name is
my
Google,
God.
and he wishes that you would respect his decisions.
I couldn't
None of you know
foresee
the
any.
reference. Fuck you
I couldn't
all.
foresee that mattering. No, that
Kelly
sounds familiar.
can be a
but
boy's
no, I don't.
name too. Hey.
That line was uttered. It was in Mary Poppins, which considering that was like 50 years ago, really fucking progressive. And then in Doctor Who, they parodied it. Not exactly parodied, but they did it again, and it was just really cool.
That's probably why it sounds familiar to me. Yeah, so you guys are crossing the drawbridge. You make it across the drawbridge. The black carriage is no longer there, the one that brought you here. And you look off into the woods of the fields. You had to climb a hill to get here, and so you look down the path, and it winds down into the valley of Barovia and back towards the way you came. And the walk back to Vallaki at a normal pace is about 3.5 hours, and it's about 1:30 right now. So if you leave and you go straight back to Vallaki, you'll arrive around 5 o'clock. And you know that the Festival of the Blazing Sun is tomorrow afternoon.
Oh yeah. We gotta go do that.
So what's the plan here, guys? I know we got a lot of the day left, but I don't know about you. I don't feel like doing too much hardcore exploring right now. Don't want to go up and knock on Strahd's castle door again.
Like, turn back around and go right back into the castle.
Exactly. I feel like we could all use maybe a little R&R for today, kind of get prepped and, stuff before tomorrow. I don't know.
Yeah, so let's haul ass back to the city and get rested up for the night. Well, if there's enough time, we could possibly stop and do supplies. Like, we have money, so if we wanted to stop and it sounds like we're gonna be back right before sunset, so it sounds like we might have an hour to like run to a general store, and if we want to pick up any equipment or anything like that, maybe. But yeah, other than that, I'm ready for that festival tomorrow. I love festivals, even though Kelemvor says that I'm not supposed to celebrate holidays because enjoyment of life is frivolous because everything dies. Also, channel divinity can be used to restore a spell slot with a level no higher then half your proficiency bonus. Round it up. So Vanya can restore a 1 level 1 spell slot, yes? With her channel divinity. Because channel divinity
yes, that
is
that
short
is an
rest,
optional that is an optional game feature, and you can use that feature a number of times based off the level you've reached in the class. So yes, you can do that. As of second level, it is once per day that you can use your channel divinity in that way.
Oh, that's interesting.
And
Wait.
the level of which can be no higher than half of your proficiency bonus rounded up.
Have I used it
So
today?
at the moment, you have not used Divine Power yet today because I haven't approved it. But yes, you certainly can, and it's balanced once per day. It's basically arcane recovery for clerics.
Oh, I get it. It's once per day because otherwise it's short rest and you just have infinite use.
Yeah.
So that's the limit. It's a weakened version of arcane recovery because arcane recovery you can only use once per long rest. So okay, I get what they're doing. Cool.
It's once per long rest, and it also consumes your channel divinity until you get it back. So
cool. Awesome.
You want her to do that to recover a level 1 spell slot?
Yes. So now I have Vanya has 1 level 1 and 1 level 2 spell slot. Hopefully she doesn't need any of those, but because we're going to rest for the day. But now she's got something in case she needs it.
Okay. How long does aid last? Is it 8 hours?
I believe it's 8.
It's not 10 minutes, is it?
No. It's either it's 8. It's either 8. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's either 8 or like longer. I think there's one where you can do it to 24 or something. But anyway.
Okay, I was just making sure that didn't wear off for some reason. I don't know why it would. So, yep, you guys are good. And, she has recovered.
Okay, so she has 1 of each spell slot.
Okay.
Okay, so Big E leads the way, and the party proceeds on the path. I think we want to move at a fast pace. If I recall, our only penalty to that is that we get like a -5 to perception checks or something like that, right? Can we move it can we haul ass?
Yes, if you're hauling ass, you cannot stealth, and if you encounter anything that you would be stealthing or something that would be hiding, it will notice you. You don't have a chance to sneak past it. You can still have a chance to notice it if it's hiding, but you will, and you have disadvantaged on that. But it is impossible to hide from encounters. You will blunder right into it.
Okay. I'm fine with that. At least once we get far enough away from the castle that it doesn't look like anything's gonna attack us. I feel like the road is probably pretty safe from here to Valaki. What do you guys think? Do you want to go to normal pace or a fast pace?
I think it'll probably be pretty safe. So I say we go at a decent pace. Get there so we can relax soon.
Go.
Let's go. So we're gonna travel a fast pace. But also, do you want me to? Because I'm kind of acting as the caller. Do you want me to keep doing that, or does someone else want to do that?
Oh, yeah, I totally forgot.
Yeah, me too, Joe. Just now. When I started.
I don't know how y'all are feeling. It sounds like you might be a little bit tired tonight, so I don't want to force that on either one of you. Stoey or Aravan, would either of you like to be the caller tonight, or we can continue that next time?
Whatever. I have a really bad migraine tonight, so I'd rather not be caller.
Yeah, I figured. Who was it last time? It was Aravan last time, right? So yeah, you can do it this time.
It was me last time.
Unless Aravan would like to do it. And remember, all that entails is once you guys decide what to do. In this case, you guys are talking about traveling and stuff. Someone needs to tell me directly, this is what we're doing. That's all you have to do. You don't have to make decisions or anything. You just have to relay that to me so that I can make it happen.
Yeah, and even if I'm the caller, you can still make decisions. I'm not gonna say we do this against you. I give the final say so that Jake isn't waiting for us forever. So yeah, what do you think?
You can have a go at it tonight. I'm feeling a little out of it. Like, I'm not feeling bad. I'm just, it's hard to explain, but yeah, you go, and we can just take turns and stuff. So
Okay, cool.
You
So,
go.
so we're gonna do fast pace and just haul ass straight back to Valaki.
All right.
Speed. Let's go.
So you guys travel down the road, and it's still kind of lightly drizzling rain. It's picked up a little bit, so it's mostly, it's let up a little bit, so it's like just a mist mostly. But there's drips here and there, and the roads are caked in mud. And you're walking along, and you get to about.
He's gonna punish us for going fast. I just know it.
I'm not going to pull up the map, but I've got it here in my hands. You guys get to the first little stand of woods between here and the windmill. And as you enter the woods, everyone roll a perception check with disadvantage.
Oh shit.
Oh boy.
Disadvantage. So I just roll 1 dice, right? Because that's disadvantage for Biggie.
whichever dice he rolls is the disadvantage.
I got a 19 and a
6.
Okay, I'm hearing 2 6s, and what did so we get?
I'm still trying to find it, guys. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time finding it.
No problem. I'm still looking
Alright.
stuff up anyway.
Just to be clear, that's an 8 with
Found
my
it.
with my bonus.
Oh, 8 after everything. Okay, and what did you say, Zach?
Yeah, I found it. Let me roll.
Oh, okay. So yeah, disadvantage on perception.
$21.
Okay, and then roll
21.
again for disadvantage and see what that second one
That
is.
was with disadvantage.
Jesus, okay.
What?
Yeah, I moused
was.
over it. You got a 20 and a 17.
Yes.
Okay, so as you guys are traveling along, a quick question, Biggie. Where are you keeping the 3-foot dragon head on your person?
Oh yes. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So, I guess
Wear
I
it
need
like
to
a
be...
mask, Cubone.
Oh wait. Can't I put it in the cart? Will it fit in there?
Yeah, it'll fit in the cart alongside the chest,
chest.
and that will pretty much fill up your cart. But
Yep, that's what.
oh,
I'd
did you
like
guys
to
ever?
do.
Did you guys ever take the chest from inside the house? No, yeah. No, you slid them down, right? Yeah.
We
Yeah.
took it out
Yeah.
the window
Okay.
and shit, and yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I finally heard the word P-tone for the first time.
Yeah, so you have both chests and the dragon head. They fit snugly in the cart, so there's not much room for anything else. Someone maybe could ride on top of it, but that would be about it. You'd be balancing it precariously. Is it covered up or anything, or is it just you just got the dragon head just sitting in the cart there?
So I have a black cloth that I saved that a not baby was rolled up in
Oh,
Death
God.
House. So conveniently, I'm going to take that black cloth, unroll it entirely, and wrap it over and kind of like tuck it under and just do my best to. I mean, if it wraps all the way around, I'll do that and just try to conceal it so it's just like covered in black instead of being a giant dragon skull, which might attract a little attention.
Yeah, any that's not whatever kind of attention you'll attract is not good with that. Doesn't whatever regardless. So as you lay this demonic haunted black cloth on the dragon, the metallic dragon skull, the surface of the skull kind of fizzes and bubbles like when you put like a hot steak onto a 400-degree pan, and it's just like and it just like bubbles and rattles, and then eventually settles down as they kind of adjust. And as you adjust the cloth, you feel that it's kind of chilly. It's like gone completely cold. As it's covering this dragon's head.
That's cool. I might sleep with it then, because I like when my pillow's nice and cold, but then your head like warms it
Yeah,
up,
I love that
and then you have to
too.
like flip it around to the other side. But I could just take this black
wow.
demonic cloth that has icy chill, and it's like a perma. Oh, I could do like a my pillow. I
Nice.
could market this thing.
Oh my
Well,
god.
Hi guys,
Well,
I'm
yeah, you
Begee,
could,
and
'cause-
this is the Begee pillow, and it's possessed full of demons, because they'll give you the coldest night's sleep this side of Cania.
the cloth got cold as it came into contact with the dragon skull, so it's kind of unclear which one is the source of it.
Oh,
But the cloth itself did not ever have any sort of indication of magic or special.
do you have trouble
Except the
sleeping?
fact that it was.
So do I.
How do I help? Please help me.
Because when the demons are
okay.
really harassing you, It can be hard to get to sleep. That's why you need a nice, comfy pillow. And the commercial, he's like being dragged screaming by his feet out of his bed, but he's holding onto the pillow and he thumps onto the floor, but he's like, but the pillow is so comfortable, and he just goes back to sleep.
Oh my god! I wish we had the motivation to record some of these skits and put them online because that's fucking hilarious.
And he says, and you'll sleep so sound you can dream that you're anywhere you want to be, as there's a demonic zipper sound. McGee pillow. Buy one today. Sorry.
All right. So as you enter the forest with your dragon head covered in cloth, you are walking through the forest. It's a short stretch of forest. Maybe this is like maybe 15, 20 minutes of your journey. But as you're about halfway through the forest, Zoe notices something on the far side of the road, often like a ditch at the side of the road. You know how it's like the road is like raised and there's like those little like
Dead hooker?
rain ditches. What?
Is it a dead hooker in a ditch on the side of the road?
It might be. And you spot in the ditch on the side of the road, so it's kind of like off in the dirt. 1 second. You spot what looks to be a small, medium-sized, black, feather-covered object, probably about the size of
Is that a
your
chicken?
outstretched hand, in the ditch. And as you're walking past, you're just like looking at it, and you're like, ugh. And then you see it kind of flutter a little bit, and it catches your eye as you're walking by it.
Oh my
Hey
god.
guys,
Oh my god.
there's like a hurt something or other over there in the ditch. Do you see that black thing flopping around?
It flaps again
Oh
as
my
you mention it.
god.
Chicken nuggets
We
for dinner?
gotta save it. We gotta take it. We gotta
Gotta
take
save
it.
it so it can get in my tummy.
No, I'm taking it. I go over to the ditch and like I'm assuming this thing's covered in like mud and
Oh, yeah.
gross.
It's covered
I
in
kinda,
mud.
like-
It's got little pieces of grass and leaves and stuff stuck on it.
I kind of swipe away at that stuff, trying to unravel the mysterious feather thing. See what it is.
Make an investigation check.
All right.
Are we past the
16.
gates that lead, like, you know, the forest
Yes.
gates, the ones that are like in the
Yes,
middle?
the western gates of Barovia, which are directly by the castle. You've just passed those, and you've entered that little stand of forest.
Okay.
And this is where you found this. With a 16 investigation, you look down at the bird, and covered in mud. It doesn't appear to have any blood. There's no like bite marks or injuries or anything that would indicate it's been attacked. But its wing looks like it is dislocated or broken or something. You'd have to make a medicine check in order to figure out exactly what's wrong. And it's gripping something tightly in its beak. You can't really see what it is, but it looks like it's got a glimmer of something metallic. And this creature, make a nature check if you would.
All right.
It's kind of hard to tell exactly what it is, laying in the ditch covered in mud and all rumpled up.
Do I
but with-
Bird.
Do what, Zach?
Is it me making the check or is it Aravan?
No, this is Aravan. They walked over to it and started interacting with it. Would you like to go interact with it also?
No, I don't care. I figure if they can't figure it out, then I'll go help.
Okay. So yeah, with a nature check,
Hi, Nick.
you recognize that this is a raven, and
Oh my god, a
can't-
raven! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
you can't really tell what it's got in its beak, but you can tell that it's metallic, and you know that ravens like to collect and store shiny metal objects. But it's covered in mud and caked in dirt. You can't really tell what it is, but it looks up at you helplessly as it flaps its wings. and looks at you in pity.
Oh.
With pity.
Oh my god. This little bird. Okay. I want to make a medicine check to see. I'm gonna make that to see. I'm sorry. Mixed up some of my words. To see what exactly is wrong with the poor little guy.
Okay.
And I got a 4. A 4.
That
So
chicken
with your
looks
4
delicious.
medicine check, yeah, you look down at it and you
Oh.
think it kind of looks like it's, something's hurt it, and you don't know exactly what's wrong with it, but you think it's probably best to just put it out of its misery.
I was gonna say with a 4, I'm thinking she's about to give it a hug and squeeze it too tight.
No.
Hey guys, can I take a look too? I mean, I've got a lot of wisdom for some reason.
Come here. Come here.
I
We
want to
gotta
get
help the
closer.
little birdie.
Yeah, I want to take
It
a really
squawks.
good close look at the bird to see if I can figure out what might be wrong.
All right, you can make a medicine check if you would like to investigate it medically.
5.
No.
With a 5, you agree with Erevan. You think that it's probably past saving.
No. No. I refuse. I refuse. I know this is stupid, but I can burn a spell slot to cast Healing Word on it because I really want to save the little baby bird. I really want to keep him. Poor little guy. But what do you guys think I should do? I'm talking to like everyone that's around the bird
If
and
it's
that's
that
listening
important
to
to
me.
you, then go for it. I think we're going to be resting the rest of the day, so you can burn your spell slot.
Little
Irina
birdie.
says, ravens are a bad omen in this place. They say you shouldn't harm one, but I've also never heard of any good coming from helping one. And Arabelle says, that's nonsense. Ravens are awesome. They help people and they help save trapped travelers and things like that. And she says, if you've seen the things I've seen, child, you would not have that high hopes of any creatures found in these forests. But do
Oh.
what you will. I would not want to impose my will on you, but keep it away from me,
Well,
filthy creatures.
I agree. I agree with Arabelle because birds are awesome. I'm gonna burn the spell slot. Goodbye, spell slot. I cast Healing Word on the little birdie.
All right. Let's see. You don't have to roll for it.
Oh, okay.
You raise your hands in a unnecessary manner because it doesn't use somatic component. It's only verbal, and you speak magical words of healing as little musical notes surround the bird, and the mud kind of like falls off of its wing as its wing bends and snaps and reforms back into place, and the bird flaps the wing
Birdie.
and it stands up on its legs and flaps its wings, and the mud just kind of flaps off of it and gets all over you guys. And it looks at you and it cocks its head and it hops around and it hops up to your feet and it drops the little piece of
Oh
metal
my
at your
god.
feet, and then it
Oh my
flutters its
god.
wings and it hops up and it flies off into the woods.
Goodbye, birdie. I pick up the little metal thing.
Oh, that was gonna be my dinner. Oh, this is terrible.
No, it's not gonna be your dinner.
You are holding a little
Chick-fil-A
metal
says.
piece. It looks like it's broken, a broken piece of something, but you can't tell what it is, all caked in mud like it is right now.
Oh,
As you
hey
hold it
guys.
longer, though, you feel like it's really cold. Like it's been sitting in a wet ditch in the rain and it's metal, but it feels like it's like really cold. Like it's not even warming up as you're holding it in your hand. You think that's kind of
Sir,
weird?
that is a little weird. I want to wash this off as soon as possible. Um, is there any like puddles of water, muddy water, anything around
Yeah,
that I could like quickly
there's
dip it in?
there's some mud puddles. That way you don't have to waste your good water. You could find a
All right.
shallow puddle and splash it around. It's kind of thick caked mud, like it's been buried somewhere for a long time and it's kind of caked on, but you could spend a couple minutes and rinse it off.
All
So
right.
you do that, and you hold it up in the light. You're trying to get a good light. It's kind of hard to see in the dark forest, and it looks like it's a piece of jewelry of some kind, but you can't really get
Ooh.
a good look at it from where you are in the. It's I mean, the sun's not out because there's clouds, but you're also in the dark forest, so you can't really tell what it is in here unless you have if you have a light source or if you want to leave the forest. You think the light outside would be enough, but either one of those would work.
Um, I don't believe I have any kind of light source on me. Let's wait until we leave this place, and then I can take a better look.
Okay, you guys walk for a couple of more minutes, and you exit the forest, and the dim light of the sun is enough to inspect it if you'd like to.
All right, now I get to inspect it. Do I make a check?
You can make make another investigation check.
All right. 12.
So you inspect this piece, and very clearly, as you look at it and you kind of scrape the little bits of mud out of it, it looks like it's a piece of maybe an amulet or a necklace or something, and it's shaped
Ooh, it's
like a
so
dragon's
pretty.
head. So it's like
Oh my god.
it's a little silver dragon's head that looks like some piece of jewelry, but you don't. The rest of it's not there. But with your investigation check, as you recall, and as you hold it closer to yourself and inspect it, it starts to glow a very pale light blue as it feels chill in your hands. And you also feel
Ooh,
something very cold on your chest.
that's weird. That's weird. Can I make an arcana check or something to see like what kind of magical properties this
Uh,
that's happening?
yeah, make an arcana check.
18.
All right. So as you're making the arcana check, you think that there is definitely something enchanted about this item, but you feel like
Mhm.
in order for it to be whole, you have to have the other piece. But as the chill on
Oh.
your chest gets more and more cold, you start to realize you already have the other piece of this. It's your trinket that you started
Oh.
the game with, the broken silver dragon pendant.
Oh my
So
god.
pull it out and see if it fits.
Oh my god. Okay. I slip my hand into my pocket and I pull out
So I assume you were wearing
a little
it.
trinket.
You feel
Oh.
cold in your pocket. Either way,
Oh.
you feel it
Okay.
wherever it is on you.
Um, and then I align the two together, quickly
As
observing.
soon as you start to bring them in close contact, they snap together like a magnet,
Ooh.
and
Whoa.
it flashes with a blue light, and then the light goes out, and it's just cold to the touch. And it is now a
Oh my
full
god.
dragon silver pendant.
Yes. Oh my god. Let me write that down. Let me write that down.
You can change broken silver dragon pendant to silver dragon pendant.
I'm wearing that.
Okay. You put it on and it feels like it cools your body, but it doesn't, not to the point of hurting. It's just like, did you ever go to like Scarborough Fair and they sell those little metal cooling pendants? Do you ever see any of those?
I have never seen those, but I'm not a giant pussy, so you know.
It's like this little vial. It's like this little vial, and you're like supposed to fill it with, I guess, water or alcohol or something, and freeze it. And it's supposed to like hold the cold, but then it like you wear it on your chest, like above your heart, and it's supposed to like slowly radiate the cool. Because you go into the Ren Fair in Texas summer, they're just trying to sell it as a gimmick to get people to
Yeah.
help people cool down. But yeah, it's like that. It makes your whole body kind of feel cold. Like if you were in a hot environment, you would still feel cool and comfortable.
I wonder if
Um,
they're going to have Scarborough Fair this year.
It would have been in June, and I think they did, but
They did
I
have
don't look
it.
at any
Oh, I
details
meant
of
the
it.
upcoming
They
one.
did.
They
Okay,
did
so
have
if
it
they
in
did, then that means next
2021,
year they
so
should.
I expect they'll have it, and I'm gonna have my boosters, and I'm freaking going.
Yeah, next year
I
for sure.
am going to go, yeah, boosters.
But yeah, so Erevan now has this magical necklace, and you guys can continue along the road if you'd like.
Yes. I'm so glad I saved the little birdie bird.
Who knows what
See,
happened?
birds give good things, but birds are good.
I totally planned on you using a spell slot. By the way, I was hoping you would do it without me telling you to. I was like, Erevan's a healer. They've got healing spells. There's a bird on the ground, but who wants to waste a spell slot on a bird? So that was awesome. That we
Me.
didn't have to figure out any role play or any ability checks or any bandaging or anything, because you just instantly spell slot. Perfect. So yeah,
And it's
you
not
guys
like you had to convince the group either. Like we're like,
Yeah.
no, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, no one stopped it.
Yeah, we don't care. Do what you want.
So we're not using tabletop at the moment. You guys just continue on to Velaki.
I would assume so.
Cool.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Nick, are you there? Okay. Oh,
Yep.
sure.
no, I'm here.
Okay. You continue on. That little stop took maybe 5 minutes. You talked to the crow, immediately healed it. It dropped the shard, and then flew away.
Oh,
And-
birdie.
You guys arrive at the gate of Velaki. It's about 4 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock, something like that. And you go up to the gates, and the guard is standing there, and he goes, welcome back. And he looks at you and looks at the cart, and he says, found some extra gear. I'll go ahead and take a look at that. Standard inspection procedure.
Uh-oh.
He says nothing to worry about, just as long as you have no liquids more than 3.5 ounces, no explosives or anything like that. Just
Yeah.
no contraband or anything
We have
crazy.
nothing to hide. We have nothing to fear. Can I make a flips through my proficiencies? Can I make a charisma check of some sort to see if I can get him to not inspect our stuff like very deeply? And so I'm looking. My charisma is -1, which is appropriate, but I am proficient in 1 charisma skill, which is performance.
Perfectly appropriate.
Yes.
Okay.
So what I would like to do is you with some sort of a creative, hey, look at me, song and dance sort of a thing, or maybe it's more like I'm acting, like, oh yeah, we were just in this terrible. So kind of like deception, but it's more about like the performance I'm putting on. And basically, I just want him to just do like a cursory kind of a check. When the cops are checking you at the, like, not the cops, but like the border guards or whatever, and they're like, oh, do you have anything in there? And then Cheech is sitting next to you, and he like coughs out this giant cloud, and they're like, you got anything on you? And you're like, not anymore, man. So kind of like that. Like I just
Conducted of a crime.
yeah. So
Do
I just, what?
Am I detained?
Yeah.
Am I under
Being
arrest?
detained?
If I'm
Am I
detained, can you tell me what crime? Can you articulate what crime I am being detained
Please articulate
for?
the reasonable
And if that is the
suspicion.
case, can I please invoke the Sixth Amendment to get counsel during a detainment? And then we can continue this. And don't forget, you're not supposed to keep me here for an extended time on the traffic stop for fishing expeditions.
But not hostile, more like entertaining, because Biggie is proficient in performance for some reason.
So if you would like to do that, you can. You don't have to describe it any further than that. We can all just imagine what shenanigans Biggie is getting up to try and distract him from, like, during his search. Like, he's going to go search it,
12.
and you're just trying to distract him while he's doing it. So with a 12, he walks over to your thing, and he starts to, like, look at the cart, make sure there's no, like, damage to it, any monsters clinging to the other underside of it, and you start doing your little performance dance, singing and making a fool of yourself, and he's just looking over at you distracted, and he lifts the black cloth, and he sees the 2 treasure chests, and he opens the first one, and he rifles through it, and he goes, all right, everything checks out here, it's just a bunch of coins, and he opens the second one, he starts rifling through it, and he starts to lift the cloth to see what the last object is back there. And just as he does that, McGee does something.
Dance. Hey,
like he knows what's happening. He does a little big look at me thing, and the guard's like, ha ha ha, and he goes to do it, and then his co-guard, the other guard that's standing there, says, oh my gosh, you have to look at this, look at him, and he lifts the cloth, and the dragon skull like glows icy blue as he lifts the cloth, and the guard turns around to look at McGee, and McGee's doing a really funny thing, and the guard stops and drops the cloth and starts laughing at him. And he goes back and he goes, what was I doing? Oh, yeah, you're good. And he covers the rest of the stuff up with the cloth and says, okay, yep, everything checks out. Just make sure you report that money to the tax preparer.
Definitely.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
look
so
up,
he like
I'm gonna look up Bender's
he
Hey,
lit-
Look at Me distraction dance from Futurama.
Also, I'm a sovereign citizen, so I don't pay taxes. Thank
Oh
you very
yeah.
much.
Yeah. He didn't seem very like he really cared about it. Just more like something he had to say. So yeah, they open the gates and let you through back into the city. So reminders of what business you have in the city. The guy at the inn asked you to go check out the winery. You have the festival tomorrow afternoon, which is it's the blazing sun, so it happens at exactly noon is the main celebration. He vaguely asked you to have a part in the performance, but he didn't specify. He just was like, "Yeah, have something ready." And it's at the town square when it happened. And other than that, you've got a couple of other side questy type things going on. You've got the girl staying at the orphanage, and you've got the missing girl from the orphanage, and you've got Arabelle with you, who is basically kidnapped from the Vistani, so you probably wouldn't want to go back around there with her in tow because they think that Strahd has her.
Yeah.
But they don't go in town. They're told they're forbidden from town. They've told you that, so you're safe as long as you're in town, but you don't want to really go to their camp with her. But yeah, other than that, it's midday, and you guys have some time to explore the town. If you had anything else, you do have the toy maker guy was making the Sonic Shoe doll. But
God.
I think
I forgot about
that.
I think,
forgot.
yeah.
I
think he's-
completely forgot. And I
Yeah,
wish
that's
I
on you.
forgot.
He did say it would take a couple of days, I think. I don't recall. I have to go back and watch the session. So you can go check in on him if you want to, and he can give you an update. But he didn't say it would be ready tomorrow at 4. So
Yeah, it's only been like
you can do that whenever you want. Yeah. But other than that, we do still have some time in the session, so we don't have to end right here. You guys can decide what you want to do. If you want to take a long rest, you can. We can skip straight to that, but you might want to do some more preparing. You don't know what's going to happen at this festival. It doesn't sound pleasant. Everyone's making it sound like it's pleasant, but the vibes you're getting are not pleasant.
Oh, so what I want to do is, I think that we should bring, Vladimir back to the stables and get him set up. He's had enough excitement for the day. And I think that we should lug this treasure chest, maybe see if either lock it in our room, if that would be safe, and this dragon skull, or if there's like some sort of a safe deposit box, some way where that we can anonymously or secretly like store our valuables and no one knows that we're sitting on a frickin' dragon skull or a shit ton of money. Then I suggest that we take a portion of that shit ton and that we hit the shops. And the only thing I really want to buy is
that's
magic.
gonna be fun.
Yeah, we got a lot of money.
See, I'm
The
gonna
only
want
thing that
new
he really
weapons when
wants
I level.
Huh? Yeah, well, we level up, I think.
Have we?
Oh, yes,
leveled? I
yeah,
thought we hadn't yet.
You leveled. I described it. I said you have a whiz of consciousness and experience. You level up as you left the thing. We haven't rolled hit dice yet. I guess we could do that.
Sorry, yeah, no.
No, yeah, I kind of skipped over it.
In that case, I want to go fucking hit some weapon shops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After we store our stuff safely. And then I guess we can go ahead and do our level ups now.
Yeah, we can go ahead and do that. So go ahead and roll your hit dice, which would be for Begee is a D6.
1d6 plus
for
1 constitution.
Erevan is, Erevan is a D8 and Zoe is a D10. So everyone roll that die, add your Constitution modifier, and tell me the total result of everything.
For once.
Was mine a D8 or a D10?
Yours is a D10, Zach.
Say what to roll again?
You are going to roll a D8, Willow, and
All
add your
right.
Constitution modifier, and tell me the total number.
It's a d8 because that's your hit dice. But you're
Mhm.
only rolling 1 because this is max HP.
You can also select to choose the average, which is 5. So if you don't want to roll, you can just take 5.
It's mathematically better to just take 5. But I'm not going
Suck
to.
my gigantic fat 10 HP.
Zoe's would be 6. You rolled a 10, or you got a total 10?
I accidentally rolled a Constitution check. I don't know how to do it on this on tabletop. I don't know how to like add.
It would just be just click the D8 under the chat, and then just
All right.
manually add your Constitution.
Zach
So
rolled.
yeah, I
Okay.
gained
Which is
10
plus
HP.
Zach, did you roll a 10 or
That's
was
a
it total
9.
10?
No, I rolled an 8, and my con modifier is 2.
Okay, so plus 10. And Erevan, you rolled a 9, you said, or was that total 9? Oh, it has to total 9. You can't roll a 9 and a D8. Okay, 9. And what is Biggie's?
Okay. I hope I get a 5 again. That would be nice. Okay, so I'm rolling.
That'd be nice. Yeah, a different die.
Rolling 1d6. Pew. Fuck. God. Column 4, damn it.
What is it?
4.
What is it?
2.
You rolled a 2 or your total 2?
Rolled a 1. Plus 1 Constitution.
Okay, so you gain 4 HP.
2.
I'll
Why
average
4?
you to 3 because that's stupid. You're not getting 2 HP for a level up.
That's what I roll. I'll
No.
take. Wait,
Oh
is
my
this
God.
I was gonna say
average?
that's what he rolled. If he has to re-roll, do I have to re-roll? Because that seems only
You can
fair.
re-roll
What
if you
about
want to
Erevan?
and take the next roll.
Don't.
I
no.
probably would. If any of you roll
No,
a
I'm
1,
good.
I'll probably allow you to take a pity plus
I
2.
I think if anybody rolls 1, they should be forced to D-level. Like fucking EverQuest.
Come on. Yes. So I will take the 4. So that's my. So you're changing my 1 to a 3, which is kind of the average, and then plus my 1 Constitution. So now I have.
Yeah, kind of the average.
25 total hit points. Right? And then, well, I've got 8 right now,
yes.
so 20. I'm at 29 current. That's not bad. I got a defensive spell, so I'm good.
Erevan goes from 30 to 39.
Yeah.
44 with aid. And Zoe goes from 36 to 46 plus the aid, which is
Nice.
51.
Yeah, that 5 HP.
Okay, I've leveled everyone except for Vanya, and I'll do her later.
You just give her the average, probably, right?
Probably, yeah. Let me just do that now.
So 5
What's
plus
average?
1.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's at 33.
Yep. Okay. And that is it for that. So you guys are in town. I heard that someone wants to visit a blacksmith and get weapons. And you said you wanted to get magic items or something?
Oh, Vanya.
We wanted to get new weapons.
Vanya is 18 wisdom now, right?
Yes.
I'm updating my character sheets now. Yeah, Zach.
Yep.
why
Oh,
don't
and
you-
everyone, make sure you add your max hit dice. You are now all at 4d x, whatever your hit die is.
Oh yeah. Thanks for telling
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, see, that's
I
one that we
would've
just-
forgotten.
We just forget that one.
All right, got it marked. Cool.
And yeah, we're gonna do the blacksmith shop. Big E, the last time we were here, he tried to see if there was any kind of a magic ink shop, and I think he found some, but it was kind of iffy. But he's gonna keep checking, obviously, and I'm gonna look to see if there's anything else I want to buy. But otherwise, I think we're gonna let Zoe go first.
All right.
Do I find a weapons store thing?
So you look around town, and you're able to, just by stumbling around and looking and trying to figure out, walking up and down the streets, you do find a small blacksmith shop. It looks like most of the things that they make are things like horseshoes and axles and things like that, but they do have a couple of token weapons hanging on the wall, and there's a man inside the shop, and he's like moving stuff around. He's just doing, shopkeeper work. He seems busy, and he's not really paying any attention to you, but he's working in his shop. He's not doing blacksmithing, but
Hey, excuse me, sir. I kind of knock on the counter. Is there a bell I can ding?
Yeah, there's a little bell. So there's not a counter. It's just like it's an open
Oh,
air
just
like little
call.
shop thing, like with stuff hanging on the walls, kind of like at Scarborough Fair. And there's just on the wall there's a little bell that says ring for service, but he's kind of like, you know, moving stuff around, stocking shelves, cycling merchandise. But yeah, there's a little bell.
Can I? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I'll go ahead and ring the bell and say, "Excuse me."
Okay, you grab the little bell and you ding it, and it goes ding. And he turns around and he goes, "Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. What can I help you with?"
Yes. Hi. I was interested in looking at some new weapons. Something like maybe like one of those fencing swords, something like that. Can I
He
see what you
says,
have?
he says, "Oh yes. I mean, I don't really get much demand for weapons other than, of course, I outfit the town guard with their chainmail and their spears, but I don't really have much expertise in many other weapons. But what I've got on the walls is what I've got available at the moment. Things that have come to me and people have sold, and I've refurbished the best I can. But I'm great at my craft, but I'm getting a little old, so I don't." I can't exactly craft things from new nowadays. I don't have a apprentice, so I've got to do all my stuff myself. But yeah, you can look around and anything that's on the wall, you're free to purchase and come to me, and I'll give you a fair price.
Okay, thank you. So I want to go ahead and look to see what is actually there. But two, I have a different amount of money on my sheet than I have on yours, Jake.
So the sheet that I linked you, the gold there is not updated. I believe I actually zeroed it out. Yeah, you have 3 on there. I have a separate tab called inventory, which is where I'm keeping all those numbers. You have mine shows you have 9 gold. How much do you show you have?
Yeah, I have 9 gold and 7 silver.
Yep. Yeah, sorry, I never updated that little spot on the sheet. It's just all in the inventory tab. Currently, Big E holds most of the money. Erevan has a big chunk of the money, and some of it is in the chests.
I wanted to make sure before I am looking at stuff. I want to make sure that I have the right amount. Okay, so what weapons do I see?
Biggie is there with you, and he took like 200 gold pieces. That should be plenty for whatever we're gonna buy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys have got money. So you're looking around the walls, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're looking for specifically weapons that work with your thing. 1d8.
Yeah, 1d8.
One-handed. Okay.
Non-heavy, but one-handed.
So as a fighter, you're proficient with every martial weapon, pretty much every weapon except for weird exotic weapons. You look around on the walls, and you see a heavy but a little bit rusty. It looks like it's been cleaned, but kind of maybe not as much between the spikes, but it's definitely been refurbished. There's been some pieces restored. You see a morning star that looks like it would have been carried by maybe a priest into combat, and it looks like there is what would have been a holy symbol mark on the hilt that's kind of been filed down. You see file marks on it. But the handle's been rewrapped in fresh leather, and there's a morning star, which is 1d8 piercing damage, surprisingly. But it's a big spiky ball on a stick. And you also see what looks like a mining pick, but
Minecraft.
Yeah, it's a diamond pick. Dirt, stone. Do you guys remember that April Fool's Day patch?
Yes.
Yes.
Where everything says its name.
Grass.
That should have been the original game.
That was hilarious.
You know what? Remember how we said we wish we could have kept that version, but it auto-updated us? After they changed over to the new launcher years ago, we can download any version that they still have, so we could actually go play that one if we could figure out which one it was.
Dude,
I'm sure someone's figured it out.
Probably.
I actually have done that before. I've gone back to this one version on another April Fool's thing. They had these portals to another dimension, but it's randomly generated,
with the books.
And it was so cool. Yeah, with the books, you sign whatever.
Yeah, that was
it's
a cool
so
one.
cool.
I update then.
Keep up with Minecraft. Anyways, where were we?
So there is a pick on the wall, looks like a mining pick, but only one end of it is sharpened. The other end is actually cut off almost at the base, and it looks kind of like a hammerhead. But you recognize it from your skill with weapons. Of course, you'd be proficient with it. It's a war pick, which is also surprisingly piercing damage. But I would say that based on the way that it looks, I've just Googled war pick. It looks like you could swing the other end of it and be heavy, so you could use it as bludgeoning or piercing.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's maybe a little bit more worn than the Morning Star, like maybe it was used for actual mining. But the sharp tip of it has been polished and sharpened. The rest of it's just kind of had the rust scraped off. The handle of it looks like it's kind of cracked leather, which is still usable, but it's kind of not in the best condition. It's had like a fresh layer of oil, but that's about it. Okay. And you see a couple other token daggers and short swords. There's a couple spears, but those are all of the weapons you see for sale. There is a longsword on an anvil that looks like it's being worked on. The hilt is separate from the blade right now, but other than that one doesn't look like it's for sale.
Aww. And this is the only shop in town that I know of that I could get weapons at?
From what you found exploring, this is the only one you found. You did a couple loops of town, and then you spotted this one kind of off in the corner.
So my choices are a war pick or a
Morning
Star.
Yeah, a war pick, a Morning Star, or there is a longsword, but it looks like it might belong to someone, or at least it's being refurbished. It's not in a shape to be sold.
Okay, I want to ask him about it then, if that's okay.
Yeah, what do you want to ask him?
Hey, that sword you're working on there, is that one already taken? Is it already earmarked for someone, or would I be able to potentially buy that?
He says, "Oh, that old thing. The captain of the guard here, Isaac. He brought it in to be repaired, but it's taken me a little while to work on it, and he told me to just keep it. He said not to bother. He said he figured something else out or something, but I guess technically it still belongs to him. I'd feel bad just giving it out or selling it for a profit, but if you could get his permission for it, I suppose I could let you have it. I've pretty much finished the work on it, but that Baron has had me working so hard. We've had a festival. I mean, these great festivals every week that we've had, and I've had the pleasure of working my hands to the bone on stuff for the festival in addition to my normal work. And of course I do it all for free because the Baron is wise and his decisions and his festivals are great. Keep our spirits up. And God, I'm so tired. But yes, yeah, it's not my sword to sell, but
okay, well, I think I'm gonna.
I can have it fixed for you. I can have it fixed for you in just a day or two. It's almost done, but you really need to get his permission first before I can let it go.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go talk to the Baron then, and I'll see if there's a chance.
He says, "Okay, I'll start working on it, and I'll even let you have it since, of course, it's used. I'll let you have it for a discounted price. How does 100 gold pieces sound?"
That sounds incredibly expensive.
He says, "Well, I mean, I understand that. I could maybe let it go. I understand you might be a little strapped for cash. Pockets do look a little light, but I can maybe let it go for 90. But
I'm pretty sure I've seen that exact same type of weapon, brand new, closer to the 15 to 20 gold range.
He says,
and used.
Oh my god."
He says, "Oh, well, you're certainly welcome to shop around if you have some better sources for weapons around here. I know I'm not, like I said, it's not really my specialty, so the few that I come across, I have to put a lot of work into refurbishing them, and my blacksmith shop is not easy to upkeep when all the people pay in is copper pieces. But weapons are a very rare commodity to come by in these parts, especially ones as well made as the captain of the guards. But 90 is about the best I could do, and that's already breaking my balls here." But yeah, if you're more than welcome to shop around if you find a better price.
Okay, so if I was looking at, let's say, the Morning Star over there, how much is that for sale?
He says, "Oh, that old thing. I found that on the side of the road, and all it needed was a little bit of leather and polish around the spikes. I could do that one for well, I did have to file that holy symbol off and that awful curse that got me, but I could do that one for 50.
50?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll think about it. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no
I want to
problem.
go back to the tavern and just basically fuck off because fuck that shit. I'm not paying those types of prices.
So far, you guys have gone to 3 shops here, and then the Baron, and it seems like the price of goods is extravagantly inflated in Barovia. You've come to find out. So it seems to be a standard here, probably because it's so isolated. But
I'm not about to spend like half of the group's money on one weapon for a 2 damage increase. Fuck that shit.
I mean,
I'm
McGee
still really
spent
not
a
paying
total of like 300 gold so far on memorizing a spell that I don't think he's even used yet.
We have like 700 gold, so if you want to spend 50 on
Yeah.
the sword, go for it.
There's a lot. We have cash to spare, man.
Yeah, I'm about to go shopping. I'm making a list right now, so go for it. Get that sword.
Oh boy.
No, because then I've also got to talk to the Baron, and that is just way too much work.
That's right.
Okay,
I
if you
think
guys
we're
don't mind,
gonna be
then
talking to the Baron
I
eventually,
will. Right, but there's a difference between talking to him because we had to, and me also approaching him and saying, "Hey, can I have your sword?" So I think I'll buy the Morning Star if that's okay. If you guys
says-
really are sure about that.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh yes, absolutely. I'll let you have that right now. I'll give it a quick polish and oil and let you have it right now. It'll take me 5 minutes. How are you paying for that? You got cash? I'll take gold or silver or whatever you got."
Hold on a second. I want to step off and talk to my group alone for just a minute, just about the money situation.
Oh, sure, no problem. I understand. Gotta clear it by your friends.
Hey guys, do we
What's up?
have what do we have actual like money? Is it mostly gold, silver, copper? What is it?
Oh yeah, we've got like
Gold.
electrum and gold.
I have
a lot.
I have 200 gold on me, man. 262.
Yeah, it's all gold
Okay, but we
coins.
have copper.
Oh, what?
We don't have a lot of copper.
I have 1 copper piece.
Is there a bank where I can change out some gold for some copper because of this fucker over here breaking my fucking balls? I'm gonna put it in a wheelbarrow and dump that shit all over the floor of his stall when I buy it.
I think you guys did you take the chest full of copper that you found, or did you find a chest full of copper in Strahd's
I remember
castle?
there was one, but I'm not sure
Yeah.
we took it.
I don't
I
recall
think
taking it. I recall taking 1 chest, but I don't remember.
Yeah,
going
the
back
gold
for the other
one. See, I think we left the copper behind because it's just a bunch of fucking copper, and we were using it to like.
I
lean
thought
up
we
against the
scooped a
door.
little bit.
I
thought
didn't
we
write down any
scooped
copper.
scooped some.
You scooped some gold.
I didn't write down either.
You
Well,
scooped some gold,
oh.
and I was assuming you were taking both chests, so I didn't clarify. Just, I mean, money's money. You might have left it, but if
Well,
you would
okay.
like to have it, you can.
That was, I mean, we were kind of in a hurry, but there was a certain point where we were loading up the chest. If it was feasible, then we totally would have done both chests. I mean, we weren't in a rush at that moment, but I don't think we explicitly said it, but that would have been our intention. So probably we would have both chests.
Yeah, if you find treasure, it's assumed you're taking the treasure unless you physically can't take it. So you had the ability.
In that room that were actually locked that we did not ever figure out.
We didn't get into
those ones. You did not take.
Yeah, but the ones that we opened, we would have taken both of them. I mean, it would have taken us 10 extra minutes, but we had that at that time. We hadn't.
It's not that heavy. You could lift it and carry it over and sling it out, and once it's in the cart, you're good.
Okay, so we didn't write that down because we didn't actually resolve that, but yeah, so we would have taken that. If you tell me how much copper it is, I can write it down.
Yep, I'm looking it up right now. I apparently didn't write it down either, so.
Yeah, because we just didn't resolve it. Doesn't mean we wouldn't have taken the item.
Yeah. I'm not going to get you and go, haha, you didn't say explicitly that you take the treasure. You don't get the treasure unless it's something that you would
See,
need to
that
for some
just
reason.
sounds. You not doing that sounds like you were literally anybody else on the face of the planet except for Jake, because that's exactly what you would do as a DM.
If there's a thing where it's like you have to make a
Okay.
choice and you don't know, like, oh, what if we take this? It might be trapped. I'm not going to say, oh yeah, you took it. If you didn't take it because you were scared, you didn't take it. But you would like opened it and checked it and rifled through it
Yeah,
and
like
found that it
the
was
locked
copper.
ones we wouldn't have taken because we didn't even get them open. So unless we explicitly said we want to take them anyway, we don't just assume it. But we got
Yeah.
2 chests with coins. We took one, and so we would have we could have done them both at the same time. So
Okay, here it is. 10,000 copper.
Oh, what?
Wait,
yes.
isn't that like 1,000,000 gold? Wait, no,
It's
hold
like
on.
100 gold, I think.
No.
It's 10.
I think it's
100
10.
gold. Yeah, I did
10 each.
I did the math the wrong way. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's still a lot.
So 100. It's 10,000. Yeah, I never told you how much. I just said it was like a chest full of it. You found that, and
It's like 100 gold, I think. It's 100 copper per gold. So I think that 10,000 copper would be 100 gold, which is decent.
yes, it's
Yeah, sounds about right.
100 gold equivalent of copper. So if you gave him half the chest, that's enough to pay for the Morning Star. You said 50. The other chest was 1,000 gold, and you guys split it up between you somehow.
Oh, okay.
So you've got a
between
significant
me.
amount of gold. I just don't remember exactly how much each of you took, and I don't
I have
remember writing
it
down the
written
total.
Down
I
that
have-
I have like
I have written down 491 gold plus 250. So at some point I got
Jeez.
400 gold, another point I got 250, I guess.
Y'all would think that I'm an EverQuest
Nice.
monk. I'm over here with like 9 gold.
But
that.
all of our gold
so
is actually
would
back.
anybody in the party like to help me carry the chest of copper over there so I can set up on his counter?
Biggie will. Biggie likes to help carrying things.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna carry it over.
So after we're done with all this, Jake, if you could just like tell me the total amount of gold we have left, and then I'll update my character sheet because I was trying to like keep it like siloed, and now I kind of lost track of. I know how much I have, but I don't know where it came from, and if it matches what you have or whatever. But
I'm checking version history on my spreadsheet.
250 is the last gold that I got.
Go out. I'll get you, and then I go out.
Was it 1,000 gold pieces in that gold chest?
The chest was 1,000, and
Jesus Christ. Are we gonna
Biggie
buy ourselves a base?
took 300 of it, and Erevan took 250 of it. It looks like.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 250 plus 300, and then 1,000. So there's 450 left in that chest, and I had written down here that you have the chest with 400 gold in. So what you have on your sheets, what was your totals you had written on your sheet? Biggie has 341 gold on his person. Erevan has 262 gold on his person, and you have a chest with 10,000 copper and a chest with 450 gold and another chest in the inn with 400 gold.
I had like 741 gold.
You were probably adding together numbers.
Well, yeah, definitely.
You had
I tried to break it
41
up,
when you
but
went
I
into
don't
the
know where they came
castle,
from.
and you came out with you went into the castle with 41, and Erevan had 12, and you gained 1,000 gold while you were in there.
Well, 41, then that would mean that I added 450, because 450 plus 41 is 491. But I don't care. Can you just tell me?
I don't know what you added, but
final-
I've kept track of it on my sheet, and I checked the history.
Yeah, exactly. You've been tracking everyone, and I've only been tracking me. So
Yeah.
I'm erasing that. Can you? Well, hey, when we're done buying, just tell me how much we have left.
You want me to just add up the party total?
Yeah, and I'll just write that down.
Okay.
I think it's actually kind of easier if I just track the money.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, anyone can have it. Where it's not like we're gonna say, "Oh, I've technically got the money right now." I also
Yeah.
have Electrum 100 to 200. I don't think you actually gave us an.
I
Uh,
remember that.
It is 150, and I did write that down in your treasure.
Okay, cool. So
How,
I've
how
got
much is that in gold?
It's worth half a platinum, so it's times
75.
5,
Times 5, so that's like
750 gold.
750 gold. Wow.
No,
Jesus
75
Christ! I
gold.
didn't
Yeah.
realize we were racking up so much money so fast.
Yeah, you guys looted Strahd's castle, the in-game dungeon.
Well, okay. Can you
Haha.
can you tell me the total? Well, not entirely, I'm sure. We looted the
No.
Not
outside
entirely.
rooms. Okay, so I've
We
got
just got the
10,000.
bare basics.
So 10,000 copper pieces, 150
In total-
electrum pieces. How much gold?
Gold itself, 1,480. And surprisingly, you guys have no silver, except for Zach's 7 he has on him, and
14.
Ervin has 10.
Would you say 1480 what?
1483.
Well, actually, they probably intentionally didn't put silver coins as loot because it's Barovian.
Yeah.
Silver is supposed to be rare.
Probably.
Cool. Okay, so I've got my money set up. I've also got a shopping list. So, and I would like to tell you basic items that I'm looking for, and that probably would all be at the same shop. But when you're ready.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Okay, so did Big E help carry over the chest full of copper?
Did he?
Wait, did
I don't
Biggie?
know. That's what I'm
Biggie?
asking.
sorry, did Biggie what?
Help me carry over that chest full of copper.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. So that's 5,000 copper. So yeah, Biggie will help you carry that over and dump it all over the counter, just like in those videos.
Before I dump it all over the counter, I want to go ahead and get his attention again. I have the chest. I have the chest there, but it's closed still, unlocked but closed. And I want to get his attention to let him know that I want to go ahead and buy the Morning Star.
He says, "Oh, okay. Yeah, of course. And that's only 50 gold, so I mean, you don't have to. You can keep the chest. I shouldn't need that.
Well,
50
here's
gold.
what I'm thinking. I can either dump this chest out all over your fucking floor, or I can start counting one at a time. 50 gold is unfucking ridiculous.
He says, "Well, I mean, it's only 50. It shouldn't be that hard to count. That's fine. Go ahead and count it."
I lift the
Oh
lid
boy.
open, and it's just full of copper.
He says,
I'll ask you again. Do I dump this shit all over your floor? Do I count it one copper at a time? Or can you knock just a little bit more off the price of that fucking Morning Star?
his eyes gleam as he sees the pile of copper, and he says, "Oh, the axles I could make with those babies." He says, "If you're paying in copper, I can do it for 450 gold worth of copper. You can keep the rest. But hey, if you need
Wait.
any other metalwork things, bring that copper back, and I'll give you
450?
another discount."
Why did the price go up?
I'm looking at the wrong number. 45. We're dealing with factors of 10 here. It's another
Oh, okay.
0.5 off of the whatever the total. It's 45
Yep.
gold.
Really? You can't do 40?
He says, "You're busting my balls here. I mean, if you really don't want the mace that bad, I can find another source of copper, but
Busting my balls.
busting my
For
balls
these
here."
prices, I don't want the mace that bad. This is ridiculous.
He says, "All right, very well then. Have a nice day."
Get the
And he goes back to
mace.
stocking his shelves.
Go ahead.
All
And
right,
buy the
fuck you
mace.
too.
What?
Hey, Biggie, can you carry this
Okay.
chest back over to our wagon for me, please?
Ah.
I will
Take-
find weapons somewhere. I am not paying those types of prices for them. That is just stupid.
All right, man. You do
Biggie's
you.
worried at what your reaction is going to be when he comes back with his grocery list.
he's like, that guy wanted to charge me 3 times the listing price for a mace? That's ridiculous. And McGee's like, "Oh yeah," and he's got a sack of inks that he paid twice the price of the. Yeah, man, I understand.
Oh, hey, a spyglass is 1,000 gold. I could totally afford one.
We, as in the group, could totally afford one.
We.
Okay, I'm not getting a spyglass. Okay, so Biggie wants to go to he wants to look for like he doesn't really need any weapons. Most of it's like items, like just miscellaneous items, except for a miner's pick and a grappling hook. You want me to read you the list or?
Read me the list.
Okay. And this is it. I'm not going to keep adding to it. I'm going to give you the list one time, and this is all I'm getting for now. Okay, so since I left my rope back there, I need a new 50-foot coil of rope, but I would like to go ahead and get 2 because rope seems like it'd be pretty useful. So 2 50 feet of ropes. Hemp, I guess, is fine.
Hemp. Okay.
Stuff. If possible. Now, of course, if they're out of any of this, that's fine. But grappling hook, miner's pick,
Ooh. Ooh.
chalk,
Oh,
incense,
boy.
a block of
Wait,
incense.
Miner's pick. You mean like the weapon that I didn't buy?
Not a weapon.
That's a war pick. It's slightly different, but
Okay.
they would work as an improvised miner's pick.
Yeah,
It's a
Yeah,
war
I
pick
got that.
designed specifically for combat.
Mine
You can
And at this point, I just want to stand my
don't
ground. I don't want that guy to beat me off.
You could probably use a war pick as a mining pick, but not the other way around, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so I just
That
want to make
makes
sure
sense.
that because I've got a crowbar, but I want to make sure I've got all the physical tools to move stuff around that we need. So if we need to bust something open, like let's say there's a treasure chest and we want to just break it open, or we want to break down a wooden door, this a miner's pick would work better than like a short sword or a bow, obviously. Okay, so block of incense. Oh, block and tackle, which apparently is like basically a pulley system. So that would have really helped. That would have helped getting those treasure chests. I mean, we were able to do it without this. But
Yeah.
That basically
That
that's
would've
what I'm
helped
doing.
a
Is everything
lot.
I wish we had in Strahd's castle.
How much chalk did you want to buy? There, on the list, it's 1 copper a piece.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
So like to 100 pieces. That's
Okay.
a gold, right?
Yeah, a box of chalk.
Yeah. So a box of 100 chalks. Let's see.
Cool.
Okay, so regular ink, because I had regular ink and got rid of it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, basically anything I lost, I'm also refreshing. See, a lot of stuff, I really have a lot of useful items. Okay, in fact, I was going to get a mirror, but I actually have a mirror, literally. Okay, and pitons. I didn't have any, but I think someone else used their pitons and had to leave them. So.
I did. You used mine.
Okay, so a set of pitons.
I mean, yes.
If you want, I could get 2 pitons, and you could have a set, and I could too.
See if you can
If you
find
want.
ice if you can.
Well, I mean, I should still have a set of pitons. Oh, well, we left them nailed into the wall.
You have
Yeah.
2 that you've
Hi,
used,
Mom.
but you have 8 left.
I'm fine with you getting pitons just for yourself.
I'll just get like 10
gotta
pitons.
kind of keep my eye open for a weapon. Maybe I'll get a sock and fill it with some oranges.
So 10 pitons. And then, of course, I have to ask, magical ink. Magical ink. Oh, actually, sorry. There is one more item, and and this goes along with magical ink. So I wrote down the spell augury for Vanya. And augury has a requirement of having some sort of like augury-ing item, like a like dragon bones, ornate cards, gem inlaid sticks. So and it must be worth 25 GP. So I was hoping there would be some kind of a magic-ish shop that that I would be able to get something like that. So Vanya's looking for anything that's worth at least 25 gold that she can use to cast augury, like some kind of divination items, which could be just some nice quality mundane stuff. It doesn't have to, I mean, it's not necessarily magical. It could just be marked bones or sticks as long as they're worth money because they're fancy. But Biggie is also interested in those, so I don't know what kind of shop that would be. So that's my list, and I'm done.
Okay, we'll go through it real quick here. Magical ink, it requires either going to the shop you guys went to and special ordering it. I think they said they'll special order some of it for you anyway in case you come back, but it's going to take a couple of days for them to get it.
Oh, that's right.
You also,
so
the Baron does
I'll
have
check with
some.
them
You did
tomorrow.
not. You,
Oh, what?
yeah, you asked the Baron, and you talked to the Baron,
Oh, yeah.
and he sold you some last time. I don't think you bought all that he had. He just said, go and get him some ink and however much you need.
Okay.
So he might still have some. You'd have to check with him to see depending on how much you need. If you need an absurd amount, he might not have it. But
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for
you could
reminding
buy
me.
that
So
from him.
I took off magic ink for now.
Yep.
Alright, so
What's that?
Let me see.
Oh, how much is
Okay. If you would like me to, I can add together all of those items because they're all under they're like 1 and 2 gold pieces. I can add together the total for you and just give you a total. The price is going to be inflated, and I can give you the total for all of it. If you'd like to debate that, you're more than welcome to, or do individual items. But I can just add them up first if you'd like.
Yeah, tell me the total, and if it's reasonable, I'm just gonna buy it. We don't have a lot of options. There are other cities, but
So the total for all of those items comes out to in after the multiplication and tax and what all bullcrap, 50 gold. For everything except for the ink. And how many pitons did you want? There
10.
10. Okay.
Unless
So yeah, 50
ridiculously
50
overpriced.
included 50 including the pitons.
Huh.
And 10 pitons. 50 including the pitons. And because probably at least half of that stuff is smithing gear. It's a hook, a pick, and a block and tackle. The shop that you just went to, he will gladly give you a discount down to 45 if you pay in copper.
In copper. Oh, that's right. Oh, 45.
Yeah, so
wow.
just hand waving, and I'll say that overall you'd save 5 gold in combination, because that's more than half of the items that you're buying.
Yep, 45 gold.
It will cut your okay, in copper, all in copper.
Yeah.
Or you know what? Yeah. Just say all in copper.
No,
Unless
just
you
copper.
do you.
So that's
Okay.
I have 5,500 copper left,
500 copper. Yep, 5,500 copper left.
and I'm up.
And he says if your friend decides to get that Morning Star, feel free to come back and give me the rest of that copper. And the ink. You shop around and you do have trouble.
Wait,
Yeah.
I want to ask him. Hey, how much was that war pick again?
He says, "Oh, well, that one's kind of in really good shape. But it is a pick, and I mean, you could really get a pick anywhere."
She doesn't like
He hems and haws for a minute, and he goes, "I don't know. What'll you give me for it?"
Well, I was just thinking instead of getting a miner's pick, maybe I upgrade to the platinum package and get the war pick, and then, I don't have to tell Zoe. I'll just tell him it's a miner's pick that I got, But then down the road, I might be like, hey, try using this as a weapon and see if it's good. That way he can keep his save his face but still get a weapon upgrade.
He says, your business dealings are none of my business. He says, but if you want to trade in that miner's pick instead, I could give you the war pick for 20.
Yeah, but like
So 2,000 copper?
at 550.
Yeah.
Where was he?
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do 2,000 copper.
All right.
That was exactly how much I
said,
was going to
"Sold."
offer him.
Coming back in. Get stuff.
So you have 3,500 copper left, and you have a war pick instead of a miner's pick.
But okay, so when I come back, I go, so I'm like, okay, I got all my stuff, and so he was like asking me about the pick, and I'm like, no, this is a mining pick, just used for mining and as a tool. I'm pretty sure. And then he like kind of changes the subject and puts his stuff away. And I'm gonna go write down all my items now. I'm done shopping.
So go ahead and write it down. I will say, because I realized that I didn't write a price for this on my list as I was typing it, and you might have been confused. You said the augury thing has to be 25 gold or more, right?
Yes.
Okay, that was not included in the price.
Oh no, I know you didn't actually get to that.
Okay, that's a special thing. The ink and the augury are special things. The rest is just, stuff that people have in the town. So, yeah, go ahead and write down all your things. Let me know when you're done, and we'll get to those. Those will be real quick, too.
I'm good. I've got it typed out on my computer. I'm just updating my character sheet.
Okay, so I've got 100 foot of hemp rope, a grappling hook, a war pick, 100 pieces of chalk, a block of incense, and a block and tackle, and 10 pitons.
He didn't know what he was doing.
Sound good?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I had. So I've got written down dried herbs, and since I bought a block of incense, it doesn't matter because I still have my familiar. But I'm going to use that later to. Oh wait, I already have find familiar stuff.
Ah.
I don't give a shit. I bought the incense anyway. I'm writing it down.
So is the incense for find familiar? Because doesn't that require a special,
It doesn't.
a certain cost worth?
It doesn't matter because
10 gold worth.
because I already own 2 charges worth of find familiar, so I don't need that. So I just I just bought incense. You know, now when I fart or whatever,
Okay.
I can use it. For something.
Okay.
I can use it for something.
Oh yeah, I do have 20 gold pieces of find components. Okay. So I'll add that other stuff to your list. And other than that, let me know when you're ready to talk about the
I wish I did.
other 2 items.
Yeah. So I wanna, I guess, role play Vanya. So she's gonna ask the guy, "Hey, I'm looking for some sort of finely crafted objects that I could use for divination. You know, like dice, bones, tarot cards. But it needs to be very finely crafted, worth at least 25 gold. Do you have anything like that?"
He cuts you off about halfway through as you're starting to talk about the price, and you're like making these motions with your hand. You're like, in a little bit, and he spits on the ground and he says, "We don't deal with no fortune tellers around here."
I took all my spit.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks. And now I'm realizing I should probably ask the Vistani about that.
As you start to walk, oh yeah, and so the ink, you're asking around about ink too, and no one seems to really have ink, and it seems like no one here is really a scholar who really has any use for ink. And some people suggest that maybe the Baron would have it, or anyone who uses ink. They might have a source. You think maybe the priest maybe he uses it to write, prayers. The toy maker he might use it to draft up plans. But that's not going to be a go to a shop and buy it. That'll be more of a, hey, please, can I have some ink? Or buy some ink. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not like on line on the shelves of the shop because no one really buys it on a regular basis. So as you're leaving the blacksmith shop with your haul and about 6,000 copper pieces lighter, Arabelle tugs on. You said Vanya was the one who needs augury. It's not Biggie, right?
Yeah, Vanya.
Arabelle tugs on Vanya's coattail and says, we're not really supposed to talk about this in town, but there's not really anyone around, and I heard you asking about it. I don't want you to get in trouble. I've got an old deck of Taroka cards that my granny gave to me. But I don't know. You said it has to be worth gold. I don't think these are worth gold, but you're welcome to have them if you'd like. I mean, as long as I'm with you, you can borrow them. They're still mine, but...
Oh, thank you. I'll take very good care of them. And in my mind, I'm hoping that since they're like antique, that they're probably finely crafted and worth enough money. So I'm gonna give it a shot when it comes up.
No, don't
she pulls it out of a little pouch and hands it to you, and
don't do that.
It's wrapped in like fine soft leather. And you unfold the leather and make a history check.
Oh, nice. Okay, Vanya making a history check. She might even have a proficiency. So her
oh yeah, I forgot it's Vanya.
Oh, history is +0. Okay, fair enough. All right. 18.
So
one good roll.
Yeah, because
they are very good condition, and you don't know the exact origin, but the writing on them, like the designs and the way the calligraphy is and stuff, seems like it's centuries old. It looks like this deck was crafted before the modern age, and it's been kept in very, very good condition. The materials it's made out of are not like silver or gold or anything. It's just, cardstock, paper, or whatever, but they're finely engraved details, and you don't really have an estimate for its value. You know, on Pawn Stars, how they bring a thing in, and he's like, I was looking to get $500 for it. And he's like, let me bring in my expert. And the expert's like, oh, this is one of a kind, and it could really go for anything between this and this at auction. This
Best I
is
can
worth
do is 6 swirl pelts.
yeah. This is worth thousands of gold pieces. This deck of cards. It's ancient, and
Oh
it's
my
it's worth
god.
a fortune.
Yes.
I mean, you'd have to find someone who would buy it. You can't just go to the shop and be like, I would like to sell one ancient deck of Taroka cards, please. But it's not magical, but it is very, very finely crafted and older than time itself.
So Vanya's eyes get wide, but she doesn't like say anything about it because that's tacky. So she's just like, she just thanks Arabelle again, and says, "Oh, thank you. This I will take good care of it. I cherish this, cherish this deck of cards.
She says, yeah, be careful with it. My grandma would be so mad if I lost it.
Yeah, I bet she would.
And then we have the ink left, but you can do that next time you guys go to roleplay with someone who would have ink.
Yeah, because we have the money now, so I pretty much spent all of the gold that I had, like, mod 50, remainder of 50 or whatever. I just bought as many charges. I think I got like 3 charges, but yeah, now I could almost finish up the whole spell book.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, so now that we're done shopping, we're gonna go ahead and head back to the inn, and we're going to, lock up all our stuff and go to bed for the night and rest up and get ready for the festival tomorrow. And we're gonna go find the Baron.
Festival.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so excited for the festival. Oh, can we? So just because we didn't like explicitly say it. So I was just gonna do that now while I was thinking of it. The spells. So because we leveled up, we just kind of like brushed past.
Oh yeah.
We just kind of updated our stuff. But so Vanya took the cantrip Spare the Dying. So now someone has that spell. Spare the Dying can be used on a 0 hit points creature that is making death saves, and you automatically stabilize them no matter what, no checks. So it's similar to a medicine check, but it auto works, so that's nice.
Instant.
Yep. She gets an extra spell, but she can change her spells every day. So the next day I'll tell you. I went ahead and marked Augury. Yeah. Maybe I'll cast that right before we go to bed just for fun. But then I'll prepare spells for tomorrow, which I'm assuming is going to be the next game, basically. So that's Vanya.
Yeah.
Nice.
Biggie took the cantrip message up to 120 feet, and through certain solid objects you can send a whispered message to that only your target can hear. So that's a way for us to actually like relay information from far away without alerting anyone. So since Biggie's a scout, that'll be a nice spell. And then Biggie gets to add 2 spells to his spell book. I picked 2 level 2 spells. One of them is Arcane Lock, which allows him to touch basically any door and it locks it forever. And it can only be unlocked with a code word that he sets. Incredibly powerful.
Oh dear God!
Literally,
we'll never get any of the doors unlocked. Because James isn't gonna remember the code word.
Oh, it's like
/ safe lock.
Yeah, safe
Sorry
lock.
for interrupting. I had to say that.
Oh, no, that's great. Yeah, but they basically have to like break down the door. So next time we go to Strahd's castle, I mean, it is a level 2 spell slot, so I'm limited. But I just feel like that would be really great for escape. That Rahadin guy is chasing us, and we just lock the door, and he's like, boom, 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 open this door, and we're like, no, we're gonna go check around the room, search around, no hurry. And then he's also taking the spell Mirror Image, which creates 3 illusionary duplicates in the same space as him, and anytime he gets hit with an attack, he gets to make extra rolls to see if his mirages are hit instead of him, and if his mirages are targeted, they might still actually dodge it. They have to actually be hit in order to disappear. So it's some really good damage absorption. And at level 4, characters get ability score increase or a feat. and Biggie is going to choose a feat, and he's going to take the feat Mobile, which is a plus 10
Nice.
to movement speed. So now my permanent movement speed is 40 feet, and when I'm blade singing, it's 50 feet. So yes.
Speedrunner, you're a speedrunner.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is Biggie, man. Front of the party. This is why I got a message, so I can send back a message. Help! Help! Because I ran too far forward.
It's a mimic.
In addition, the mobile feat basically ignores difficult terrain if you're dashing. Only if you're dashing, but that could be pretty sweet. So if I'm trying to dash somewhere, I can really get there. And finally, and this is my favorite part, if Biggie makes an attack on a creature, even if it misses, for that turn, if he moves outside of that creature's reach, it does not provoke opportunity attacks. Which means that as long as I attack an enemy, I could run away from it, and it can't attack me back. So I could literally hit an enemy, run out of range, and this is the combo that I've really been waiting for, is you cast Booming Blade and attack the enemy. Booming Blade, if you hit the enemy, if it moves out of that space, it takes an additional 1d8 damage. Which means I can run up, hit it, freeze it in place essentially, then run away, and it can't attack me back. And if it tries to move on its next turn to come and melee me, then it takes another 1d8 damage. So, super combo. Can't wait to use it. And that's Biggie and Vanya.
Awesome.
Would anyone else like to go over what they have briefly, or did we already? I guess we did. We kind of did that at the start.
We did that. Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, you guys have all that, so we can now wield heavier weapons and has +1 AC, which I've activated, and
Nice.
Eravin has Elven accuracy.
Shatter.
And
Shatter.
you also have message and shatter. Yep. Okay. So you guys say
so
you're going
excited
with
to
the
use that.
do what?
I'm so excited to use that.
Oh yeah, it'll come up. I'm sure. Got to be careful because it can hit party members too.
Yeah.
Especially your NPC allies. Okay, so you guys are done, and you said you're going to the inn for the night, right? You didn't want to take the rest of the day and go explore or do anything else. It's like 5 o'clock. You still got 3 or 4 hours before sundown, but you can spend it resting in the inn. I do that on vacation all the time. I just go back to the hotel and sit there until it's time to go to bed.
I
Are
think
there any
Oh, go ahead.
Any what?
Are there any shops that sell musical instruments?
There are not any musical instrument shops, but the toy maker's shop did seem to have a couple of things that could be perceived as instruments,
Yeah,
depending on how you look at it.
I was just curious. Like, I want to go back to the inn and I guess wait for everybody else there, order some dinner and drink and stuff.
Okay. So you guys do all that. Was there anything specific you wanted to do before turning in for the night?
No, I didn't have any.
Okay. Anyone? No one.
Vanya wants to use her last level 2 spell slot to cast Augury before the end of the night. But other than that, I think we're just going to go back to the inn and get some drink and food. Because we haven't really drank anything today since we left, so we definitely need to do that. But yeah, she's just going to cast Augury to end the day.
Okay, so you guys gather in your inn rooms. So there's 2 inn rooms that I remember, because you have, how many party members do you have? You have you 3 plus Vanya. But yeah, you got 6 members. There's 2 rooms. One has 4 beds. One has 2 beds. How are you guys splitting between those?
I have no idea.
I think last time
this is
we
just
did
like lunch today all over again.
Didn't we do Zoe and Arabelle in the 2 room, and then the rest of us in the other room?
I think so. And like Zoe barricaded the door.
Yeah, probably. That sounds like something I do.
Okay, so we'll just do that again.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel
Okay.
like he's prepping us for like when the whites come in and attack in our
What,
sleep. or
just to
something.
describe, because Vanya is going to do like the a whole augury thing, lay out the cards that Arabelle gave. So I don't know if you guys are in the same room or not when you're doing that. You could gather in the same room and do that, and then go back to your room.
It turns out augury it asks the results of a specific course of action you plan to take within the next 30 minutes.
What?
Yeah, I thought it was more like you
Okay.
ask a question, but maybe that's
That's dumb.
divination.
I think that's probably divination. That's dumb. And while it makes sense, if you want to cheese it this time, just to use your deck because it's an awesome deck, you can decide on what you guys are going to do tomorrow, and then use the wheel or woe on what your decision is. So in the next 30 minutes, you're going to decide on what you're doing, and your wheel or woe is on that decision. So it's not necessarily what you end up doing; it's just what you decided.
So yes, so I just want to point out, so divination is a spell and it's 4th level, and you can ask a question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity within 7 days. The GM offers a truthful reply, which might be a short phrase, cryptic rhyme, or omen. So you get a better response as well.
Yeah.
And it's up to 7 days. So it's not cheesing it like that much. It's not as powerful as divination. It's still a level 2 spell slot. Oh, it's actually a ritual. And
Oh.
I think
You don't even have to
clerics
use a
get
spell
rituals
slot.
casting. So actually, I can cast this
Yeah.
for free.
But every day when you cast it, if
Yeah.
you cast it once on a day, everyone after that has a chance to fail until you long rest.
Yeah, so it's basically
So,
a
yeah,
once
before
a
you-
day thing that I should do. But I'm going to do it now,
Yeah.
and with we all gather in the room, and with the special energy of all of us together, and the first time of activating this long, dormant, powerful deck, I'm going to cast Augury. So I think we want to ask about the festival. Can you guys, is there anything specific, like, did we have a choice about the festival? I think the Baron said he wanted us to, like, help with it or something. So what do you guys think we should ask about the festival? Should we attend the answer is either going to be good results, bad results, both, or neither. Those are the answers we could get. So it's like kind of like a magic 8-ball. So what should we ask it? What should we ask the gods about tomorrow?
What the catch is? What's the catch with this festival?
Well, it can only get, the only answers we can get is good or bad. So we could say, like, should we?
You're gonna
help
say
with
if
the
we
I had a
if we
bad
do this.
question.
Yeah.
Think of it like a magic.
And
8-ball.
we're phrasing it as you're deciding. So you're gonna say if we decide to go to the festival tomorrow, is that wheel or woe? Because you're deciding, you're making that decision in the next 30 minutes. You can change the decision, but
Okay, there you go.
that's how I'm
I think that's
justifying
a
it.
good question. Thank you, magical DM, who just spoke from the clouds.
Can you remind us? Can you remind us what we remember about what the Baron said specifically about the festival tomorrow? What he wants us to do?
He seemed like he was very distracted and kind of thinking big and had a lot on his mind. And I don't remember what the circumstances were around him asking you, whether it was like a favor or whether he just asked you to. But he asked, I think, Erevan to perform at the festival. I think Erevan was like using his magical enthralling performance, and he was like, "Oh, you're a really good musician. You should come play at my festival." And so he wanted Erevan to like come up with a performance to do at the festival. So you don't have to think of anything specific. We'll keep it in character unless you have something very specific. But he was asking Erevan to perform, and the rest of you, he said, "Oh yeah, you guys can help too if you want."
Okay, so we could ask if should Erevan perform at the festival, and the answer is either going to be good or bad.
Oh.
But instead, I think we should ask something like, should we trust the Baron entirely? Like, I think you should go ahead and perform. But the question is,
Okay.
like, we don't really know what that performance means, what this is all going to entail. So maybe the question should be,
Like something
Should,
like if he performs poorly at the festival, wheel or woe, maybe.
what do you think, Erwin?
No.
How do we
Um,
phrase the question?
I think Zoe's like if it goes poorly, I think that will wield us the best results.
Well, if we're asking
But
if you do poorly, I think that would be bad results. But like, um,
That's also not within the
okay,
confines of the phrasing of the spell. It's a decision you
fair.
guys make in the next 30 minutes, whether that decision will have good or bad results. So if you decide to leave town and go to Strahd's castle tomorrow, I could tell you wheel or woe for that. If you decide to attend the festival, if you decide to ignore the Baron, if you decide to skip the festival, what your decision of what you plan on doing tomorrow, anything that you say what we plan on doing tomorrow, is that good or bad? So if you have any other plans beside the festival, you could ask about that. Or if you want to ask specifics, you could ask, is it good or bad if we attend the festival? What if we skip the festival? Something along those lines.
okay,
Yeah, I'm
I'm
probably
gonna
not the right one to
ask.
ask this question.
What? What do you think?
I was saying I'm probably not the right person to come up with the question right now because I can't think.
Okay, I'm just gonna go with this because that Baron, there's something going on with him. Like he seems like he's good, but a lot of people have like complained about him, and he seems like he's a little off. So I think I just want to ask if we can trust him, but I would say trust him entirely because obviously we're trusting him some if we're going to the festival, which I think we should. So I'm gonna say at the festival tomorrow, if what's the result if we plan to pretty much trust this guy and go along with whatever he says?
Yeah. So if you plan tonight on just doing whatever he asks you to at the festival and going along with it, like if he says, "Oh, go do this. Oh, go do this. Oh, can you help me do this?" If you listen to him and follow his instruction, is that wheel or woe? Is that what you're wanting to know?
Yes, because here's my thought. We go to the festival tomorrow and we don't know what's going to transpire, but it's a festival and it's probably not going to be you go to the festival, have fun and go back home. So at some point during the day, we're going to have to make decisions, I'm guessing. And I have no idea who else could possibly be there, what else could be going on. But I'm guessing maybe it's like trust the Baron. Like let's say there's something going on and we're like, oh, we want to go investigate. And he's like, no, you got to keep performing. In other words, when a decision point comes to trust him or not trust him, what if we trust him and go along with whatever he requests?
Got it. So can you decide tonight as a party
Yeah.
that no matter what, now you don't have to follow this, but this is if you decide this.
Yeah.
If you decide to follow him and listen to him no matter what, is that wheel or woe?
Yeah. Whatever unknown stuff that we blindly, not blindly, but whatever. I
Yeah,
say
if
good.
you-
I think I said good enough.
If you listen to him as he instructs you tomorrow during the festival, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Yeah, because that's where I'm going to get
So-
stuck because I know there's going to be some conflict and I won't know what to do. And it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I should just listen to this
Who
guy
do we trust?
because he's the king of the town. And then it's like, haha, now you're in jail or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to. I want to know if it comes to that point, and then he's like, oh, can you take this bloody handkerchief to my guard and tell him I dropped it?
Hmm.
Basically, how
So
sus
you
is this
did.
guy?
You dim the lights in the room with just a candle
Sus.
with just a candle around you so you can read the cards, and you unfold the leather for the second time as it cracks and crinkles just a little bit, and you shuffle the deck of cards and they glide smoothly through your hands like they're made of silk, and you shuffle them, and Arabella's sitting there with her hands in her lap like watching you shuffle the cards and getting your smudgy hands all over it. And you shuffle the cards and you feel their power coursing through you, the power of ages, not magically, just like, metaphorically, as you lay out the cards in a pentagram shape or whatever shape you do for the same shape I used for the card reading before. It's like a star or something. You lay them out, and you flip over the first card, and you flip over the second card. And as you're flipping the card, you're asking the question, you're phrasing it, and you flip over the last card. And you've never really used a deck of Tarot cards before. You just kind of have the general idea of like how to lay them out and what some of them mean. And as you flip over the last one, you're asking the card.
Here's the way I want to phrase it as I'm doing it, okay?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to say, the Baron dude, trust or sus?
Well, the deck's not going to answer trust or sus. It's going to say wheel or woe. So you probably want to phrase it in a way where you'll understand the result. But that is good, though.
Okay, then I ask it the normal way that I did, but then just for dramatic effect, I say trust or sus.
Trust or sus. So the question is, if we decide tonight as a party to follow the instructions of the Baron tomorrow and listen to him, is that overall good or bad for us? How are you phrasing that? Is it what's the
Well, okay, so
are you asking if it will benefit you? Are you asking if it will be a benefit?
Well, it says
in general,
you get an omen about the results of a specific course of action, and the action would be decide to trust the Baron entirely tomorrow.
You ask it that question, and it says wheel and woe.
Ah, damn it! Stupid Magic 8 Ball. Waste of money.
So
Good fucking job.
It's kind of it's not nothing.
No.
It's good and bad. Wheel means exclusively good. Woe means exclusively bad. Nothing means doesn't matter. Wheel and woe specifically means if you do that thing, good things and bad things will happen. So you can take that into account and realize that there are some bad things that will happen and there are some good things that will happen. So if it seems like something bad's going to happen, it's probably the bad thing. And if it seems like something's good is going to happen, it's probably the good thing. But you know it's not all going to be good, but you also know it's not all going to be bad. So it is definitely something to approach with caution based on that result.
Okay, now I'm going to ask one more question, and this one has a 25% chance of giving me a random reading. So
first I'm rolling that right now.
Okay. And the question is, we decide to blow off the festival entirely. This could be random, but the answer we're going to get has a 75% chance of being real. And this is...
So first I have to decide the real answer. Then I'll roll and see whether I give you the real. Because I have to actually consider myself first.
Yeah. Just make sure you don't tell us if it's a real answer or a random answer.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna say wheel or woe after I've considered it, and then I'll roll. And so 25%, that'd be 5 numbers on the D20, right? 1 through 5 or something?
Well, you could roll a D4, and if it's a 1, then we get a random reading.
Okay, that'll work.
That's what I would do.
But I'm not going to roll that yet. So, if you blow off the festival, will that be overall good or overall bad?
Or both.
That's a loaded question.
Blow off the
festival. Yeah, or both. Blow off the festival entirely, you don't attend it. The cards shudder and shake, and they sputter out a D4. They sputter.
And if it's a 1, you have to then roll again.
Yeah. I guess I should also, no matter what now, I should roll again.
Yeah, you have
that
to.
way, whether it was a success or not, you'll know. You won't know. I'm rolling it either way. Maybe I'm going to take it. Maybe I'm not.
Just do like 5 or 6 rolls. Just to scare us.
Is it 50-50? To be wrong?
Well,
Oh.
yeah,
I'm
random
supposed to
reading.
roll. No, I roll for a random reading, which could be wheel, woe, both, or nothing. So I still
4.
need to roll a d4 to decide.
Oh yeah, D4 twice.
Because it's a random of one of those. Yeah, the first one is just the percentage chance. The second one is if it was a false reading, then it's random as 4. So it sputters out. Whoa. So you've got a 75% chance that the correct answer is whoa if you blow off the.
Yeah, so we don't have a for sure on that one, but we can be pretty sure. So it seems like if we go and trust the guy, it's going to be good and bad. If we don't go at all, we're going to regret it. So we're definitely going to the concert and we can We're definitely going to the festival and we can feel good about it, but we just need to keep our eyes up. And Vanya might go ahead and prepare Zone of Truth for tomorrow. That could be a useful spell to have. Everyone,
That wouldn't be bad in a city environment.
Yeah, I'm gonna look over cleric spells for tomorrow. I mean,
that's a good idea. You got 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. What are good out of character non-combat sort of spells? I'm gonna load up on those. And augury, we're definitely casting augury at some point tomorrow. Tomorrow being 2 weeks. Game tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know what you meant, I think.
So you guys, was that it then? Are you guys gonna go to sleep and we can resolve long rest?
Yeah, I think that's it for the day because I mean, if there's anything else we want to do in town, we could do that the next day. So then we can do our long rest next time too. Just we start the day, zero everything out, cast our spells or not if we want to. I'll probably hold off on aid and aid and mage armor. I usually hold those until we know we're gonna be battling. Just they last 8 hours.
Real quick, how much HP max does Big E have without aid? Is it 25? That's what I have written down.
Yes, that's what I have.
Okay.
That's with the level
And
up.
everyone has full hit dice because no one consumed enough to not recover them. Spell slots will be completely reset. Long rest abilities completely reset. I'll go do all that. And was there anything anyone's doing at night, or you're just piling into your rooms, going to sleep? Are you like blocking doors or anything?
I am going to do 2 things. One, I'm going to block the door, make sure the windows are locked, and if there's windows, to kind of protect it, since it's Arabelle, right?
Yeah, you're in the room with Arabelle. There is 1 window in your room, and I believe there's 2 in the other room.
Well, I want to either make sure
3.
it's secured in a way nobody can come through that window without me knowing. And then the second thing I want to do is take off my armor before I go to bed.
Okay. All right. You take off all your armor and put it in the footlocker at the foot of the bed, I presume. There are 2 windows in your room and 3 in the other room. So are you like securing them or the door in any specific way? Or
Me?
I can do like an intelligence check if you want to figure out what to do. Unless you said in a way that you won't know, so you're setting up like bells or something, or are you just like?
No, I meant because I don't know what the window looks like and stuff. I don't know what I would do to secure it, whether it's small and I just need to make sure it's locked, or whether it's like big and I should push something in front of it. But for the door, I figured I'd push. What's in the room? Is there like any dressers or anything I can push in front of the door?
There are 2 wardrobes and they're empty, so they're fairly heavy and they'd at least slow the door from opening. And then there's like a bedside table, so not really, but you could put the wardrobe in front of it.
Yeah, I want to put the wardrobe in front of it because even if somebody's able to get that door open and it only takes them 5 or 10 seconds, I'm going to have 5 or 10 seconds to wake up and prepare.
Yeah. And then the window is just like one of those that like it's like it like folds like flaps open, like and then lays flat into the room, I guess.
Yeah, I want to lock it, and I guess fuck, I don't know.
Yeah, there's like a little a little latch on it.
Okay, I want to lock it.
Okay.
At the very least, it'll be enough that somebody has to smash the window or break it to get in. Then I'll hear it. As Jake's sitting here going, I have no plans to have anybody break in.
One day,
every time. The one time that I forget, though, damn it.
You gotta do it every time, otherwise the one time you don't do it.
Then I'm
Okay,
done. I
so
want to go get in bed.
okay, the windows are locked. The door has a wardrobe. Is there anything barricaded in the other room?
Yeah, I guess. I guess what I'll do, not bear. So the door, I'm assuming locks. So we're gonna go ahead and lock the door.
Yeah,
But then I've
they're pretty
got
sturdy doors.
12 empty flasks. So I'm gonna stack a few of them in front of the door, so that if anyone breaks open the door, that the flask will clatter and make noise.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do something similar with the window. And I'm also gonna take one of my chalks, so now I have 99, and I'm gonna crush it up and sprinkle the powder around the window, so if anything did somehow come in, that it would make tracks. 99 chalks.
Okay.
Oh, and wait, no, Arabella's not in the room, so no,
Yeah, she's in the other one.
We just do that. Well, wait, 50 feet of rope. No, that's fine. I think we're okay. Oh, we could take turns watching Arabelle. Like, we could do shifts, and that way, whenever Zoe is sleeping, there could be someone in there with Arabelle. That's probably a good idea, right?
Yeah. So you're gonna have 3 people in your room, and then 1 person in a shift awake, keeping watch in the other room.
Well, Zoe can go ahead and sleep when she's not keeping watch, but when she is sleeping, then, Big E or someone else can stand there. So Big E only has to sleep or trance for 4 hours, and the other 4 hours he can be awake. So I would say that Zoe can take the first watch and stay up late. Okay, so I'm not gonna set up all the glass and stuff, because that's just gonna make, then Zoe's just gonna break in the middle of the night, or Big E's gonna trip. I don't want to lose my
Pretty
flasks.
much.
I'd like to actually use those. So then Zoe can come and wake up Big E, because one of us is always gonna be awake. So Zoe can come and wake up Big E. Then Big E will go and sit there for 4 hours throughout the middle of the night. Oh wait, no, he can't do that. You have to do Vanya next. So, or Araven, since she's a player.
You really
right?
think that we need to go to that level of extreme
Yeah.
keeping watch in the inn? I was just doing it to make sure that if somebody decided to break in or something went wrong, we would have a few seconds warning,
No,
which is all
I
that
think-
I would need.
I think that's a good idea, actually, even though we are in an inn, and it's not hard to do shifts, and we did this in the church. So let
That's
Big
true.
E let Big E trance for the first 4 hours, then he'll have the entire second or third and fourth watch, and so he can take the first watch, wake up Araven. Araven comes in there and hangs out for 2 hours. Then now Big E has been trance for 4 hours, so Big E's gonna come in and say, "Hey, Araven, done with my trance. I can take over watch," and then Araven can go and sleep. Shit, that still doesn't work, because then he only gets 4 hours of sleep. Did we just handle this last time?
Don't we? Don't we?
No,
We did a little bit of stuff.
We didn't keep watch. I barricaded myself
thought-
in the room with her
Oh.
so that nothing could get in, and then that was it.
Yeah, but at the church we kept watch with that guy with the possessed kid or whatever.
Well, Yeah, but there
I
was something in the
thought-
basement that was banging to get out, and there were wolves surrounding the place outside. So
That's true. Well, either way, Big E is going to transfer 4 hours and then go to the room and hang out there for the last 4. So, and I think that Zoe could stay up late. So, unless something happens in that tiny little window before Big E goes in there, I think we have mostly a watch. Now that we have 1,000 gold on top of Arabelle and, a dragon skull, I do think it would not be a bad idea.
true, we do have a lot of money. Oh, did we bring the money into the rooms? And if so, what room do we put it in?
It's in.
'Cause I assume
my
we're not
room.
leaving it outside the wagon.
No, Big E will put it under his bed. Seems pretty safe. Yeah, and I think that's how we're gonna end the day.
Okay, so it was McGee. Everyone's sleeping. Can you recap how that goes? Kind of. I feel like you went around in circles a lot.
Well, here, let me do.
Is there a watch?
Well, there is. Biggie definitely has. So a night is 8 hours, and Biggie has the last 4 hours easy, because he can trance. So he'll trance for the first 4 hours, and then he'll keep watch for the last 4. And I can't remember exactly the rules for doing a watch. I think that you can do shifts of 2-hour
There's
watches.
not specific rules.
So I think you can.
It's
do
just it's
shifts. So
you have to sleep first. I think 6 hours.
Okay, so if Erebin slept for 2 hours, woke up and did 2 hours of watch, and then went back to sleep for 4 hours, would that be a full rest?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know that that's pretty much how I sleep, so probably fine for an adventurer. Okay, so that's how we're gonna do the watch. So Zoe gets first watch, Erebin gets second watch, and Biggie gets third and fourth watch, and then we got the whole night covered.
Okay, and the person doing the watch is in the room with Zoe and Arabelle. Everyone else is in the other room.
Yeah. So when Biggie is keeping watch, Erebin and Vanya are asleep in the other room.
We wake up the next day, we go into the other room, and it's just bloody sheets, and and we're like,
Exactly. I think I should have bought a whole bunch of bells.
And I'm like, it's come full circle.
You do have that new lock spell.
Oh shit! Oh shit! And I have one spell slot.
Oh my god.
You have one spell slot. You can lock one door.
Fantastic. No, I have 2 spell slots because I leveled up and I only had one used one, so now I have 2 level 2 spell slots. So
I'm gonna use. And you're long resting.
And I'm long resting. So before I long rest, I'm going to cast Arcane Lock on both of our doors. One second level spell slot for each, and Arcane Lock works. Like I said, it permanently locks the door.
It does cost 25 gold worth of gold dust.
Each time. Fuck. I'm not using it then. That's right.
Okay.
That was the thing. That's the thing. Which the spell consumes, right? So
yeah.
I also need to get a whole bunch, like a bunch of powdered gold, which I've got,
I'd probably let you. I think I've read about it, and it kind of is like, in order to get gold dust, it's more like an alchemical procedure. But I would you can't just like mash it into mortar and pestle. It just turn into a flat disc. But you can have someone do that for you for a service charge. It's not going to be absurd. You can give them 25 gold worth of gold, which they'll convert for you for like 10 gold.
And then they can kind of like when you have the
fee
penny,
for the whole batch.
When you have the penny stamped with the thing, and then
it costs 50 cents. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
they'll charge you a fee. Yeah, but you'll do that later.
But dang, yeah. Can we just say that I did that? But I don't want to cast it on these doors because that's really fucking expensive. So I want to do the watch.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
we can save that for like if we're in the middle of the dungeon and we have to take a long rest.
You looked around this town and you weren't able to find anyone of alchemical skill enough to do that.
Oh, the blacksmith couldn't do it?
No, it's alchemy. You have to like mix it and melt it and do
Alchemy.
things.
Okay.
They said
That's fine.
they said maybe who would they suggest? They don't really have any alchemists here. They said there's a few people who know that knowledge who live in the wilderness, but they don't come around the the civilized places very often. So you'd have to search out their knowledge. But that's just what you got so far. Maybe your success will be better after I've had 2 weeks to think about it.
Yeah, that's fine. I have the spell now, so we can both Google and figure out how we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
You hear of a person who lives out in the crazy wild forest, named Sakura.
Yeah, basically.
Thanks, Jake. That was real creative. 2 fucking weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah. So you guys lock all that stuff up. You don't arcane lock it, but you keep your rests. and everyone rests. Um, during the night at about 2 in the morning. What was the rest order? We'll say this. We'll say this is
Irvin,
this is third rest.
Biggie. Zoe,
Third
Irvin,
watch.
Biggie.
Yeah, it's a biggie. The last one.
Okay, so it's Bigie's because he already rested. So Biggie is keeping watch. Everyone else is asleep. Biggie is awake in the room with the girl, and there's a light knocking on the door, and you hear a young girl's voice, and it says, "Alms for the poor, please."
Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna open the. Wait, have I spell slots recover at the end of a long rest? I'm gonna use disguise self to make myself look like a normal person.
Oh, that's a
Good
stretch
luck
for
with
Biggie.
that.
You have
I'm
to
sorry,
keep the
but
same
magic
basic
can only do
form.
so much.
Okay, you make yourself look like a normal random person, not like yourself.
Yeah.
Um,
And I answer the door. Hello?
the door opens and you see a little disheveled girl, probably a little older than Arabelle, and she's got like dirt on her face and her hair is matted and dirty and she's wearing rags, and she says, "Please, sir, some alms for the poor to buy some bread for the night."
He says, "Oh yeah, sure, here you go." And he gives her 10 gold.
She 10 gold.
Yes.
10?
You drop the gold in her hands casually as she looks down, and she opens her hands to see what's in there, and her eyes light up with a glow, not literally, like metaphorically, and she says, "Oh, I couldn't take all this. This is for me."
Oh yeah, see, it's my daughter's birthday today, and I haven't seen her in many years, and you kind of remind me of her. So, since I can't give my daughter a present on her birthday, I'd like to give this to you.
She says, "Oh, thank you, sir." And she starts to get tears in her eyes, and she says, "You've been most kind to a young girl down on her luck. That'll buy you a week." And she vanishes and turns green and then disappears.
Oh shit! Oh
that?
shit! Oh, this is the windmill.
And then you hear a whisper in your head, "Return what's mine."
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, this is the windmill shit. Okay, well, there's no reason to wake anyone up, so I go, wow, that was fucked up. And then I go and sit back in my chair and continue my watch.
Yeah, I'm so. Yeah, wow.
Okay. Well,
All
I'm
right,
glad I was
you guys
generous.
wake up, everything's fine.
Okay, so that would have been a 3 hag fight right here in the end, so 10 gold, huh? Well, now I feel like I could have got 5 gold and gotten the same results, but okay.
Probably. You won't know. But it bought you a week, according to her, whatever that means.
No regrets. Also, I think we need to level up to whatever level we need to fight a trio coven of hags before a week.
All right, and that's it. We can end there. You guys finish your rest and wake up, and you can discuss that during your wake up time while you're memorizing spells and stuff.
Biggie's not gonna say it right away.
Crazy.
He's just gonna wait, and then at some moment he's just gonna be like, "Oh, by the way, you want to hear this fucked up dream I had last night?" And then,
Oh my
and then just
God.
kind of like go into it and be like, "Yeah, by the way, I'm pretty sure some hags are hunting for our souls." Okay.
Not your souls, just your souls. Oh, yeah, actually, that's that's accurate. I don't want your soul. Yeah, actually.
I'll take it for down payment. Okay, thanks everyone. I'm gonna turn off the stream now. See you guys.